They've been champions, All-Americans, big men on campus. The best players in college football play here at the Senior Bowl with a chance to show how much they love it, how they live it, and an opportunity to light it up. The eyes of the NFL world watching the draft starts in Mobile, and game day starts now. After a week of practice and a bit of polish, gems from Division III to the power conferences ready to shine one more time as players and prospects. Now heading down the path to the draft, and that first mile marker is here at the 77th Panini Senior Bowl, and we are fired up to bring this Senior Bowl broadcast here to you on NFL Network. From the broadcast booth at Hancock Whitney Stadium, I am Rhett Lewis alongside our lead draft analyst, Daniel Jeremiah. Big piece of our draft coverage every year, Charles Davis. We'll check in with Tom Pelissero here shortly. I mean, we could use a little kindling here to keep us warm. It is cold, it is windy, but boy, this event always signals the draft process is heating up, DJ, and an important piece to fill out the draft profile.
Yeah, I love the combine. I love pro days. I love all the testing and the timing, but this is the last opportunity to watch real football, shoulder pads on the field, hitting. This is a great opportunity to evaluate these players. Great week of practice, CD. We'll see what it looks like on game day today.
And a lot of these players are known very well in their own regions, but across the country, now they get a chance to emerge. Names you may not have heard about on the national scale, you'll see them here playing today as you follow them as they try to get to the NFL.
Some big-time players here, as there are every year. The receiver group has been terrific over the course of the last few years. Think of guys like Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, Ladd McConkey, Jack Besh, his moment last year with that walk-off game winner, and no shortage of studs on the perimeter this year as well, DJ.
And no doubt, Red. And to me, the best player at that position coming into the week was Malachi Fields, the wide receiver from Notre Dame, who came in at 6'4", 218 pounds. The reason I say that is because when you watch him on tape, you see this: win at the line of scrimmage, win at the top of the route, a big-time catch radius, see his ability to adjust in this pit game, and how about the spectacular, this one-handed catch later on in this contest. I thought that would be the best I would see from him as we headed towards the draft in Pittsburgh. It turns out this week in practice, he might have one-upped himself with this diving catch that he made. He was the best wide receiver the entire week of practice. He did not bail early, CD, and I cannot wait to watch him compete in the game today.
And you know he'll compete at a really high level. That part we know about him. I want to talk about an emerging player in Owen Heineke, because he went from the lacrosse field to the gridiron. Ohio State lacrosse player, Oklahoma linebacker, didn't even start until midway through this season, but what an impact he had as Oklahoma went to the college football playoff. He makes a lot of plays on the football, as does a safety from TCU named Bud Clark, who patrols center field and has had an exceptional week to go along with an exceptional career. You want to throw him a pop fly, he'll Willie Mays it and bring it down. You want to make it difficult, take it off the tip in the bounce, he'll one-hand it. And if you want him to be physical across the middle and have him let you know, you don't come into my territory without paying a price, Bud Clark did that all week long. 15 career interceptions. He'll be around the ball a lot today.
Can confirm we did get Owen Heineke a jersey. He is out here in a jersey. He will be a lot easier to identify as we go forward. DJ was talking about the receivers. The quarterbacks throwing them the ball will be under the microscope today, especially in these conditions, cold and wind. We'll introduce you to those quarterbacks and say hello to Tom Pelissero for the first time when we bring you back here to Mobile. Kickoff moments away. Another great Saturday for football here in Mobile, Alabama. The 77th Panini Senior Bowl kickoff between the National and American team just moments away as we head down to the sideline and check in with Tom Pelissero braving the cold for us down there today. Tom?
Brett, a little extra challenge for the quarterbacks and my hair. No, I'm not talking about the mascots. We got wind gusts up to 40 miles an hour down here. You can really feel it. A chance for all of us to show we can handle the elements. LSU's Garrett Nussmeier gets the start at quarterback for the American team. His coach, Joel Thomas, spoke with players in the locker room just moments ago.
You play this game with pride and passion, okay? You continue to do that, all right, every single day. You've been accountable to each other. You're here, right? You're in the arena. Do you feel pressure right now?
No, sir.
No, I don't feel pressure one bit, okay? Because I have supreme confidence that we're going to go kick ass out there today. You guys got me? Yes, sir. Okay?
Vanderbilt's Diego Pavia gets the start for the national team, coached by Eagles defensive line coach Clint Hurtt. I got to get out of here, guys.
Well, I tell you what, Joel Thomas said first thing he looks for with these players is
Good work,
love of the game.
Nice work.
I think we could check that box off for Tom Pelissero. He loves those mascots. He loves this game. And he's got the toughness to match. There's Clint Hurtt, head coach of the national team. His squad is going to be kicking it off, and we are executing the dynamic kickoff today, which is a change for this year's Senior Bowl. So we're going to have Drew Stevens from Iowa kicking it off, and one of the most dangerous kick returners we have seen in recent college football history, Barrion Brown from LSU, is back deep along with his teammate Aaron Anderson. And
we're going to need somebody to hold that ball. We're going to need somebody to hold the ball.
Come on over.
The 12th man. Because remember, you can bring a 12th man
jog
in.
Off.
He holds it, and he just can't stay out there and make a play.
His punter, Ryan Eckley, going to provide the assist here for Drew Stevens. And we'll see if this thing goes into the end zone or if we can put it right in the landing zone for a return. It is a live kickoff, and that will come down in the landing zone. It's Aaron Anderson from LSU on the return. And he gets brought down by a tackling machine in Bryce Betcher for the national team. So we will see, as Tom mentioned, Garrett Nussmeier from LSU onto the field first here. Boy, terrific 2024. Talk of maybe coming out in the draft before this last season. And then things kind of went off the rails there at LSU. But a real opportunity for Garrett here, DJ.
Yeah, had a chance to come back and be healthy this week. And really asserted himself as a leader throughout the week of practice.
Yeah, we saw that on Thursday, those 2-minute drills. Some of that urgency down there in the red zone was really trying to support his teammates that way.
Backside.
Yeah, first handoff is to Mike Washington, and he got brought down in a hurry. That's one of the new players this week, Tyree West from Tennessee, that came off the edge there, CD.
That's a way to make an impression, get a phone call in the middle of the week. Hey, you want to play some more football? Yeah, absolutely I do. Come in and make the first play of the game at the Senior Bowl. Remember, he didn't even have his Tennessee helmet. They had to go out and get the.
That's right.
They had to send the stickers in. Well done, Roger Frazier and Max Parrott.
Oh, we
getting
got
that power tee down to him.
Wow, there you go. That's a guy to feed.
Malachi Fields, one of our impact players, and he made probably the highlight-worthy play of the entire week.
Yeah, that catch he made over the top, and we focus so much on the catch, but the route itself was impressive. For a guy 6'4", 218 pounds, he can really, really get in and out of breaks and can set up routes. Kalen Black there, your running back from Indiana, Rhett. What a phenomenal season. I don't know how he's not tired.
Champion.
And Betcher's already made a tackle, and Bud Clark is a big play waiting to happen, CD.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But Kalen Black, Marquel Bell, James Brockemeyer,
nice cut.
It all.
Mike Washington, running back out of Arkansas, over 2,900 career rushing yards, and was the overall practice player of the week. Gray Zabel won that award last year. It's Mike Washington this year.
Look at the vision here, be able to see this and cut back, and it's sealed on the backside. See big 58 from Arizona State is going to lead up in there and help finish it. You like to get tackled by defenders.
Yeah.
How about when you get tackled by your offensive tackle who's behind you, just throwing you forward for an extra couple yards?
Maxie Hanachor from Arizona State, DJ, your highest rated offensive lineman here in this game. And there's Washington again.
Well, as someone who is exhausting all of the hand warmers in the state of Alabama, the fact they want to run the ball, CD, I'm in support of.
In other words, that's tied to a clock that continues to run.
Nadame Tucker out of Western Michigan, the edge defender on that last tackle. Mike Washington will get a breather, and we will welcome the national champion, Kalen Black, into the backfield here for the American team offense. And it is Black that gets the carry. He was really effective between the tackles. And boy, does he know how to finish a run. Well, a little help from his friends.
He does not fumble. We know that about the entire Indiana program. But then he is downhill, and the legs never stop. So you get a nice little down block from the tight end. And then he's wrapped up by 3-4 guys, but he just doesn't go down.
Yeah, the legs keep churning, and I don't know where he has it in him. 16 games, counting a national championship game, an entire week of practice. He didn't miss a rep during that time frame. And here he comes out. It looks like he's got the freshest legs on the field. Kalon Black leaving quite an impression on a lot of people.
And a play action. Garrett Nussmeier's first pass on the money, but incomplete, intended for the tight end Sam Roush out of Stanford.
Sam Roush, I think, is one of the best blocking tight ends in this draft class, but did have 7 drops this year. That's just been a little bit of the bugaboo. There's some inconsistency, and that's just concentration. He's got better hands than that. If he does catch it, he might go down and score, because he can pick him up and put him down.
Did that feel like he knew he was wide open and had a lot of territory and was trying to do too much before he secured the catch?
It almost looked like he was looking to see where the sideline was.
So it'll be a third down now for Garrett Nussmeier. They'll flip it out to Kalon Black, and he's going to pick that up with relative ease and move the sticks one more time as this American team offense has found some rhythm here early on.
And Ihanachor, the right tackle from Arizona State, not just a pass protector. Did you see him get out in front and lead?
Yeah, he pulled outside, and that shows you the play callers have good scouting reports. So that's our best offensive lineman, our best NFL prospect. Let's run that way.
Play caller for Joel Thomas's American team is his fellow New Orleans Saints coach and former Wisconsin quarterback Scott Tolzien.
Let's give Malachi, I know it's windy, but let's give Malachi Fields a chance to get over the top.
That's going to be another handoff to Kalon Black, and I tell you that you can see the knockback when he makes contact. His running backs coach John Miller said, talked to me this week and said one thing about Kalon Black: efficient runner, and he always falls forward.
And he got great help from the surge up front. That interior offensive line looks like Jake Slaughter from Florida, Ihanachor right there from number 58 in white.
Look at the pad
from Arizona State.
He just
look at 77, Jeremiah Wright, and then he takes over at the end. You know how offensive line coaches talk about the strain at the end of the block? Right. Well, that was a strain as a running back by Black.
You're going to give Black a rest, and we'll see Jamari Taylor from UVA, third running back into the game now for the American squad. And Nussmeier going to go to the air and going to give it to one of his teammates at LSU, and he's going to come down with the catch.
Oh, they gave it to him. There you go.
They did. Aaron Anderson, who was on the kick. Oh, that's Barryon Brown, actually.
Using that speed to push this vertical. You think he can really fly. You got to respect that. And then the ability to get in and out of the break, working downhill. Nicely done. Not an easy throw with the wind here.
But a really nice opening drive here for Garrett Nussmeier and Scott Tolzien, the offensive coordinator. Pounding the run game and a couple of passes that have moved the sticks here.
Keeping my eyes on this Tennessee DT, Eason.
Another play action for Nussmeier on the move. Going to go back. This time it was the tight end, Kazmarek, but that is...
Is that Llewellyn?
Yeah.
Max Llewellyn.
It's a good job by Llewellyn on the backside, not chasing and getting out of position, but been able to stay at home. Watch him to the left, number 90 in red, off of the edge. Throws off the block, and now he gets after the quarterback and gets paw up, knocks it out of the air. Good technique, good leverage by Llewellyn.
He was a force off the edge in the Big Ten this year for Kirk Ferentz's Iowa Hawkeyes. Give goes back to Mike Washington, and they are pushing Mike Washington just about to the 2-yard line. But tell you what, the push from this American team offensive line has been impressive thus far.
They look like Austin Barber, 78,
yep.
There on the right side.
Carmona joined in also.
He's going to work. He's working. See the Florida Gator helmet. Look, he's the one who's driving this whole. Picked him up in the air. His feet are floating off the ground. Barber's trying to carry him into the end zone like he's a package.
So the way they've run the football, would you do anything else but go ahead and run it again with Mike Washington right here? Offensive line in concert and tandem right now.
Hard to disagree.
I'd go ahead and hand it to him again.
And this, though, they're going to let it keep it to Garrett Nussmeier. He pulled it and took it to the house. Garrett Nussmeier with the first touchdown of the 77th Panini Senior Bowl.
It's a heck of a drive, and windy conditions
really
drove the ball outside the numbers for a nice throw, and then a great read on a zone read here. Read that in man on the line, crashing down
perfectly,
and just pulled it.
Because look what happened. Look what happened to Washington. Llewellyn cracked him on that one. Great read by Nussmeier, but I'm impressed by the drive. These youngsters came out ready to go.
No extra points here in the Senior Bowl, so we're going for 2 after every score.
What was the old Woody Hayes against Michigan? Woody, why'd you go for 2 up so big late? Because I couldn't go for 3.
A lot of tight splits here, Rhett.
All right, Nussmeier going to get a chance to air it out on this 2-point. Didn't see what he liked. Back in the end zone, looking for Anderson or Hurst, and that one falls incomplete. But it's a 6-0 lead for Joel Thomas's American squad after Garrett Nussmeier ran it in for the first score of the ballgame.
And collect your favorite player and teams.
Near flawless opening drive for Garrett Nussmeier in the American team. 12 plays, 68 yards, ate up 6 minutes and 44 seconds of clock, and Nussmeier on the read option took it himself for a 3-yard rushing touchdown, and the ground game was effective overall on that drive. Couple of completions though for Nussmeier. And we'll say hello to Diego Pavia, who is running the offense and getting the start for the national team. Vandy's single-season record holder for passing yards and touchdowns. Led Clark Lee's Commodores to their first ever 10-win season. And they'll put it in his hands early. And he's going to take a shot. Got it complete to the tight end, Justin Jolie. And getting Diego Pavia on the move, DJ, that was a smart move by the offensive coordinator here, Jamal Singleton.
Yeah, I think that was Auburn. That was Auburn Crawford coming off the edge and able just to get away from it. He can roll. He can run just outside of that outstretched arm and able to throw an accurate ball. Again, Kamari Ramsey in coverage, but just the windy conditions we've got, celebrate every completion you can get out here.
Got a good strong arm, and that's, you know, that distance was able to be sharp and on target.
Seth McGowan, running back from Kentucky, into the ball game with Pavia, and he's going to take this run and a nice cut. Going to give him about 7 yards. Brought down by Owen Heineke, who Charles profiled for us at the top of the show.
Tackle on a play, Oklahoma's number 38, Owen Heineke.
Heineke was petitioning for a waiver from the NCAA to go back to Oklahoma and play another season of college football. Part of the situation with how he began his collegiate career as a lacrosse player at Ohio State, but that waiver was denied.
It makes no sense to me. I mean, you're seeing guys get waivers for 7th year and 8th year off of different injuries. He played 3 games of lacrosse at Ohio State, and we can't give him another year of eligibility. Help out college football. I think the people who are making decisions need to take a good hard look at what they're doing.
That ball's out on the ground, and it is picked up. Zion Young, and he flipped it forward to his teammate, and it's back on the ground again. And let's see how we unpack this one.
There's a lot going on there.
There was, the ball changed hands 3 times, and
might be changing hands again.
Maybe a 4th.
Missouri's number 9, Zion Young.
We are going to keep the ball with the American team after the fumble. Grayson Halton.
He tried to punch it again.
Knocked out by Pavia. Pavia punched it out. What a peanut punch by Pavia. Although it's all for naught. It is, in fact, a turnover.
He's kind of lost that on his own there.
Watch Pavia here.
You know, on the first 3 plays of the game, Pavia followed the ball all the way down each time.
Bang!
The completion, the running play, and then on that one there, and that's why he was available to help make a play.
Tell you what, I love it.
Pavia might be the first quarterback in Senior Bowl history with a forced fumble.
And it wasn't on an interception. All right, so Clint Hurt will try to get his national team offense figured out and get them back out here, but he got to get a stop now because Garrett Nussmeier in this American team offense was terrific to open the game. And they'll get the ball here at midfield. Jamari Taylor has a hole. Jamari Taylor bursts through.
Oh, gosh.
Collision at the end from Deshaun Singleton, the safety out of Nebraska.
And this offensive line's having a ball, guys. DJ, how much do you like Ihanachor from Arizona State?
Oh, look at the move. Look at the knockdown right there. Just throws him on the ground and then gives him a little extra on the ground.
See Slaughter out in front, getting a big block. Was that Carmona, 79?
Yep.
Out of Arkansas. This offensive line doing yeoman's duty early in the game for the American team.
Oh, goodness. Taylor, physical finish at the end, and he gets the carry again and makes a move, and Jamari Taylor has a chance, but he is brought down by Thaddeus Dixon at UNC. It's a burst there from the Cav running back.
You've got a free defender, and he's able to make him miss.
And take a look out on the perimeter. He makes him miss, but on the perimeter, I believe Lewis Bond, number 11, also helps him out. Look how frees him there, but look at Bond. Downfield blocking out on the corner against Thaddeus Dixon. Helped that turn into a big, long run.
Yeah, Lewis Bond, a terrifically productive receiver at BC, but obviously getting it done with the perimeter blocking there. Another carry to Taylor, but that one brought down pretty quickly by Nadame Tucker out of Western Michigan.
How about Tucker, guys?
Yeah.
Massive 2025. 21 tackles for loss, 14.5 sacks.
That's something you're interested in?
He was a finalist for the Ted Hendricks Award for the top edge rusher defensive end in the country. You know, he only played in one game in 2024 at Houston. What a jump for Tucker.
No question. Jaden Ott had a bit of a mysterious 2025 after transferring in from Cal. Was very seldom used there in Norman. He gets the carry, goes inside the 5. But boy, does he have some explosive ability. Drew Fabianich, the executive director here at the Senior Bowl, brought him in, talked about maybe even using him in the slot as a receiver with that kind of ability.
He was highly sought after.
No question.
Our friend Bruce Feldman had him on his freaks list. 485-pound squat, 370 bench.
Take that.
Oh, there's
and Ott
out there.
Another shot. And Ott will take it into the end zone. And the American team on the ground, a physical presence dominating the line of scrimmage early on.
Ihanachor is pulling out there from Arizona State. He's got nobody to block. Watch 58, the right tackle, pulling outside. Anybody want any of this? I can get inside and pick off one right here. But that's about all you need. It's wide open to the end zone.
Then Cuevas, the tight end from Alabama, took care of business too on the edge.
That was a sustained block out there for sure. I credit again to Lewis Bond, you pointed out earlier, CD, at the kind of the point of attack block. And here's Garrett Nussmeier on the 2-point conversion. And throw it back across his body and into the end zone. Malachi Fields on the receiving end. And Nussmeier was letting him know on the sideline. And they're up 14-0. All right, so it started with the turnover. American team and Zion Young picking up the fumble, and Garrett Nussmeier in the offense putting it in the paint with Jaden Ott. And then our first 2-point conversion successful. Nussmeier to Field, 14-0 American. 4:03 left in the first quarter. All right, back here in Mobile, American team up 14-0 on the national squad. The rules for this year's Panini Senior Bowl, 3 different personnel groupings allowed. Get 2 running backs out onto the field. You can get your 3 receivers. You can get your 2 tight ends as well. And then on the defensive side of the ball, keeping it pretty simple with the coverages. You'll see cover 1, you'll see a little bit of man there, and then you'll see cover 2 and cover 3, which you shouldn't see, but I can't say that you won't see. Is a little blitzing.
Or have already seen.
Right.
It's not, Red is not blitzing. It's straight ahead pursuit.
That's correct. That's correct. Just depends on how you call it.
Well, what's interesting to me as you showed the rules, guys, is it seems these are simple, right?
That's right.
But think about the evolution of what we're seeing over the years. Remember how much more simplified it used to be? You could only play cover 1, cover 2, period.
That's right.
You know, you could only have 2 receivers to one side. That sort of thing. That has really expanded a little bit more as the All-Star games have moved on.
And you'll also notice that there was no kickoff after that last scoring possession from the American team. We are only kicking off at the start of the game, and then we'll see it again at the start of the second half. That was Adam Randall on the carry. Not much there for the national team offense.
Well, that was Benny. That was 26. A big DT from Michigan made that play.
And another DT out there with potential impact at Caleb Banks in your top 50 list there, Deej.
No doubt. This is a good-looking defensive tackle group, and 88 out there. Banks looks a little different than everybody else. 6'6", 330 pounds.
Only played a handful of games this year at Florida, so a real opportunity in this draft process to remind people who he is. And oh my!
I think he tripped over his own lineman.
And we get somebody step on him.
Either that or someone stepped on him.
Let's get another look
here.
here.
Away from center.
He got stepped on by Dunker.
That's not a pleasant feeling, I would imagine, for Pavia.
I will say this, guys, if this drive continues for Pavia, just watch him at the end of each play. He tends to follow the ball downfield on almost every play. And that's how he was able to get the forced fumble, because he was on the scene. He'll make a play, and then he'll follow it downfield often.
Well, I hope he's got a screen up his sleeve, because it's 3rd and forever.
3rd and 17. And it is a quick throw out to Josh Cameron, the speedy receiver from Baylor. He's able to pick up about 8 yards, but not quite enough to move the sticks here. So
the analytics say go for it.
Is that right?
No, they don't. But
All-star
analytics.
All-star analytics might.
Ryan Eckley disagrees. Punter from Michigan State wants to get out here and show what he can do. It's one of the best legs in the Big Ten this year. Averaged almost 49 yards a pop for the Spartans. Now onto the direction of Pat Fitzgerald up in East Lansing.
That's going to take some getting used to.
Yeah, I know, right? Boy, he's going to have some toughness and edge up there, I guarantee you that.
The Big Ten is already good.
Really
happy, tougher.
Really happy to see him back. Throw for Coach Fitz.
Let's see this punt in the wind here, what this looks like.
Remember, it won't be a return.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. Where the punt is fielded is where the offense will come out. No returns on the punts. Kevin Coleman fields it, and we will see Garrett Nussmeier once again up 14-0. With NFL Plus, keep the NFL in reach. Stream every playoff game live on mobile, including Super Bowl 60, NFL Network, live game audio, and more. And with NFL Plus Premium, get more football with game plays and game replays and NFL Pro. Sign up today. Plus.nfl.com/network. Terms and conditions apply. And great news. So if you're here at the game and obviously you're watching on a second screen experience, you can go get some hot chocolate and not miss a dang thing by watching the Super Bowl.
There's hot chocolate?
Yeah, you should see the line of players over there crowding around the heater right now on the sidelines. All right, Garrett Nussmeier back in there. 3rd possession for the American team offense. This one will start with a penalty.
Before the snap of the ball.
Art Brown letting us know.
Offense, number 84, 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
Art Brown from the ACC announcing that false start, moving us back to the 21-yard line. So 1st and 15 now.
Look at how big Markel Bell looks out there at left tackle. Giant.
Working on Kean Sloan off the edge, and another nice throw quickly. Gets that out to John Michael Gillenborg, does Garrett Nussmeier.
We haven't had a lot of passes so far, DJ. But from what you've seen so far about the quarterbacks and what they're doing and handling it, what are your thoughts?
I'm seeing Nussmeier very efficient, just getting the ball out, knowing what you've got in this weather, not trying to be too fine, just get the ball out quick. And
don't put it up too far downfield and let the elements handle it, right?
You don't want it to be too much up in the air.
Ball cuts through the wind for sure. Here's Nussmeier again on the move and again through the air, and it's again.
That's Fields.
Malachi Fields.
Nussmeier's been sharp. Like, he has been sharp. They've run in the heck out of the football. When he gets his opportunities, though, and here's your guy, DJ Malachi Fields, finding the open spot, presenting that number 0 right back to the quarterback. But watch Nussmeier on the move. Throws a nice little dart in there.
6'4", 218 pounds. It's an inviting target.
36 catches and 5 touchdowns for the Fighting Irish this year after transferring in from UVA. Oh, nearly dropped the snap, but Nussmeier able to corral it, and Kalon Black is still going to get the 1st down. As we are under a minute to play here in the 1st quarter, we'll move the sticks.
Any truth to the rumor that Black was looking to see if there's a game next week he could play in?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't put it past him.
If there was one, he'd show up.
He'd find it.
Well, there is kind of a big one next week, I guess. But
yeah.
Tough to get access.
Well, we do have plenty of guys from the Senior Bowl playing in Super Bowl 60 next week. Gray Zabel for the Seattle Seahawks. Kyle Williams for the Patriots. And we'll get you more of those guys, more of those Senior Bowl alums in the Super Bowl. But it has been all-American team here in Mobile. 14-0 as we begin the 2nd quarter.
Where's that hot chocolate you were talking about?
It's coming up.
The 2026 Panini Senior Bowl, where the draft begins. Shop football trading cards and collect your favorite player and teams.
Well, we were talking about the Senior Bowl alums playing in Super Bowl 60. I mentioned Gray Zabel, Kyle Williams. Also, you go back a couple of years, Boye Mafe was a terror off the edge in the game. A.J. Barner out of Michigan for the Seahawks. Of course, Cooper Kupp, mentioned him at the top as well. How about Garrett Bradbury and Anthony Jennings going back a couple of years?
Still remember Reek Woolen making that transition from wide receiver to
big corner.
And
That
we're
is
like,
a big corner.
Well, and did we not say, well, that's a Seattle corner if we've ever seen one.
No doubt. I do believe Zebra Technologies had him as the fastest player at the Senior Bowl. Then he went and ran, what, 4.2?
Yeah, 4.27.
Low 4.3s?
Yeah,
at
that's a crazy number.
Combine. There's the head coach of the national team, Clint Hurt, the head coach of the American team right there, Joel Thomas, talking with his running back, Kalon Black. I imagine those two guys kind of see the game the same way.
I would say so.
Yeah.
And with Clint Hurt, the big Hurt, down here in Mobile, remember Frank Thomas went to Auburn.
Nice.
The original big Hurt.
That's it. Here's Nussmeier starting out the second quarter with the American team. Got to complete again. This is Aaron Anderson, his LSU teammate. That'll push this thing into the national team territory.
Nussmeier moving around a little bit here.
He's looking healthy, which he was not for a large portion of this last season in Baton Rouge.
Climbing up in the pocket, get a little pressure off the edge, but get away from it and deliver the ball accurately.
Remember going into the week, one of the things I was adamant about it was if Nussmeier has his confidence back and is healthy, he's got a chance to climb back into where people remember him.
Handoff goes to Rasul Faison out of South Carolina, and this time the national team is able to come up with a stop relatively quickly. Ahead of that carry, the American team had a 96 to -2 advantage in rushing yards.
That's healthy. I would say that's healthy. There's the heater.
There's the heater.
There's a lot of guys that have been making their way down there to navigate close towards that.
You know, the biggest fight of the game might come from being in front of that heater.
I get it when you see a South Carolina and a Texas helmet down there, but Nebraska, we got to be a little bit used to this.
Come on. That wind can whip around there in Lincoln for sure.
Matt Rule didn't want to see that, did he?
Nussmeier, oh, perfectly thrown, but dropped by Gillenborg and picked off. Picked off. Speaking of Nebraska, Deshaun Singleton comes up with it.
That's a tough one to go on the quarterback ledger. Look at this ball. It's getting this up and down. Gets it up over the linebacker, gets it down to the tight end. And unfortunately, just right through his hands. You can't throw it much better than that.
Now got to look that one all the way in, and Singleton able to take advantage of the tip drill.
Oh, we got a card. You got to play a Panini card
picture.
Write it down, take a picture. National team with some momentum.
Kaboom.
Panini.
All right, national team has turned it over and maybe find a way to get some points on the board. Down 14-0, but as a result of this interception here, DJ, they get the ball back.
Yeah, not the quarterback's fault on that one. Again, that linebacker got some depth. He was able to get it over the top of him and down right on target, and just unfortunately unable to finish with the catch, and you end up with an interception and a new trading card.
That one's going to be in a pack near you very soon.
I mean, we've got napkins flying around the stadium right now that are climbing.
I mean, look, when the flags are whipping, we were talking about 40-mile-an-hour gusts. But so far, Nussmeier was cranking it through the air. We got a new quarterback in the ballgame. It's Cole Payton from North Dakota State. Handoff goes to Keyshawn Owens from FIU as we say hello again to Tom Pelissero.
A little less wind, but we got a lot of action out here. It's pretty good so far.
Yeah, a lot of action so far. I mean, American teams are rolling on offense. We got to get the national team rolling right now.
It's your first time going through this game. Obviously, you made a lot of different changes for the week. How do you think those went over with the teams, Nate?
Well, you know, from the NFL teams with the interview process, I did not get one complaint, which is thrilling because, you know, scouts are notorious for complaining about something somehow. You know, so I was happy with that.
You talk about the quarterbacks. We discussed this a few days ago. It's a wide-open class beyond Fernando Mendoza. Guys like Garrett Nussmeier, it seems like, helped themselves this week.
I think all of them helped themselves this week. I didn't think any of them really hurt themselves at all. You know, Garrett's really helping himself today so far, too. You know, rolling down that first two drives and, you know, and producing, you know, two touchdowns out of it.
Who are some of the guys that jumped out, maybe small school guys, people that fans are not as familiar with, that jumped out to you?
Well, I mean, the kind of ones we talked about before. The Charles Demings kid from Stephen F. showed up. The one we brought in from John Carroll, Ty Montgomery, showed that he belonged. W. Lemieux showed up, and he actually played pretty darn well for being the first time he played center, because he played tackle at Dartmouth. So it was a good day. It was a good weekend today for him so far.
You had some fun out here for the kids, too. You got to Topgolf yesterday.
Yeah, we took them to Topgolf. We also had the awards that we put out. They were actually voted on by the league and by their teammates, and we gave out Marucci bats. Well, my wife said, we're doing bats for football players? And I go, yeah, hon. I said, how many game balls do I have? She said, about 8. And I said, I don't have a bat. I said, it's kind of unique. I said, it's really cool. And those guys loved it because, and don't get me wrong, I stole it from Sean Payton because they were giving it to the last year of the Saints. But the kids were thrilled to death with it because it is unique,
Who was the best of these football players with their swing out there at Topgolf? Who was the best swing of all these players?
I didn't get to watch very much of that, and I can't even tell you. Probably a quarterback, I'm sure.
How's your swing, Drew?
Mine's not as good as it used to be, Tom. I mean, I'm getting old and the flexibility's not there. It's probably about a 3/4 swing now.
It's also the first year with Panini as the sponsor of the Senior Bowl. First time we saw it, the guys were just pointed out there, the trading card celebration.
Yeah, they actually set that up, and it's a full size of their prism, custom for us, and they can take photos down there when they celebrate. I think it's been great, and Panini's been an incredible partner for us. The young men got their cards today, too. We shot their personal cards on Sunday, and they're in their locker today also. Also with Jordans from Nike, too, custom Jordans. Travis Scott's.
Not bad. So what are you looking forward to the rest of this game out here today?
I just want everybody to have a great time playing. I hope everything's productive, and I want everybody to walk away healthy.
Drew, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Tom.
Guys.
Tom, thanks very much. LT Overton from Alabama just came up with a sack after we saw a reception by Donovan McCulley, who did not practice a lick all week and was invited to come down on Friday, showed up on game day, and he just caught a pass from Cole Payton. But right now, that national team offense backed up a little bit after the Overton sack.
Ray, you know a little bit about McCulley, don't you? Former IU guy?
Yeah, actually started his career as a quarterback. Played 4 games as a freshman at quarterback, made the switch to receiver, and really took off in 2023, and then found his way to Michigan this last season. Here's Seth McGowan, the running. Oh, no, it's a keeper from Cole Payton, and that is one of his. Oh, goodness, got a little extra hit there on the sideline, but that's one of the big pieces of his skill set, Deej.
Yeah, he can really run, and really on this drive, you get the sack, but around that sack, you get him driving a dig ball through this wind, which was probably the best throw we've seen today from the quarterbacks. And then you see the ability, the athleticism he possesses. He can do this all day long, design quarterback runs. Reed makes good decisions on reads, and he's got some juice once he gets out in the open field, CD.
Certainly does, and there's no, I heard the Taysom Hill conversation about him coming into it. Totally can see why people might want to use him as that type of an athlete in all sorts of situations.
Keyshawn Owens in the backfield with Payton. Had some time there, going to check it down to his running back, goes right through the hands there of Owens on 3rd down. Let's see if Clint Hurt leaves the offense out there on the field. I would imagine he will. Drew mentioned Delby Lemieux, CD.
Dartmouth.
25 starts at left tackle the last 2 years, but he's in there at center right now.
And it's a great move because we've seen that type of move happen before. Remember Cody Whitehair with Chicago Bears?
Sure.
Left tackle at Kansas State, moves inside, goes to the pivot in the NFL. We're seeing those guys make that type of a move, and when you have the intelligence and the smarts, and Dartmouth, I think he's got it in spades. So this kid's going to be okay. Really good football player.
All right, 4th down, Cole Payton. Going to go out to the edge, looking for Jordan Hudson. That ball falls incomplete. And so we've got a turnover on downs, and the American team offense is going to come right back out after dominating thus far. A couple of touchdowns on the ground, turnover on downs. We'll see the American team once again up 14-0. Hey, get ready, Bay Area. Super Bowl opening night fueled by Gatorade is Monday, February 2nd at the San Jose Convention Center. You can register through NFL One Pass entry, first come, first serve. Great way to kick off the Super Bowl 60 festivities up in San Francisco. Festivities continue here in Mobile. 77th Senior Bowl has seen better weather.
That doesn't do it justice.
It is whipping. The Senior Bowl flags, yeah, they're at the top. They are going. It does feel a bit like 23. We've seen those gusts double closer to 40. Most popular place to be, though, inside Hancock Whitney Stadium. You know, I'd argue it's up here in the booth, but no, it is down there next to the heater.
Yeah, dancing, movement, and
whatever you can do.
Good combination.
Add to it. Is that Kieran Crawford?
It does look like Crawford.
It's so funny seeing that flag whipping like that. You know, we all played for coaches, always had their expressions, right? I played for Johnny Majors at Tennessee, and he used to say, wind always blows hardest up at the top of the flagpole.
Oh, goodness. Bryson Eason just exploded through the line of scrimmage and nearly took the handoff from Luke Altmaier.
How did he not?
I don't know, but Luke Altmaier's the new quarterback in from Illinois. But that was an impressive play by Eason, who kind of set the tone in one-on-ones early this week, DJ.
Well, yeah, he's quick. You see him getting up the field. They were trying to hit him with the tight end coming across. CD, he was a 260-pound high school linebacker.
Yeah.
Did not want to play D-line, so they tricked him. And when he got to Tennessee, he said, we'll start you at an end. And they slowly moved him down a lower until he got to the size he's at now, and he's playing right over the center.
They moved him to end, and they introduced him to the training team.
That's it. Seconds were encouraged. Jay Knott making a nice move through the hole, and he's going to get the first down and more going inside the 40-yard line.
This is what I love about this season when you get these all-star games, specifically this one, is you cannot have the year you wanted to have in the fall, and you get a chance to kick save it here with this week of practice in the game. Ott didn't have that year that he wanted, but he's run the ball really well this week and has run the ball well today.
Didn't have that year he wanted. He had 21 carries for 68 yards.
Yeah, 78 total yards.
Off of the year before where he went nuts at Cal.
Yeah, well, you know, in 2023, 1,300 yards running the football.
Oh, ball is stripped out, but somehow Luke Altmaier manages to grab it again. I thought
he never
for sure that Kean Sloan had a piece of that coming off the edge.
That was, okay, two things. First thing is what you mentioned, Rhett.
Yeah.
How did he keep the football?
I don't know.
Second thing is when he gets out of the pocket, watch Betcher match hand with him to knock the ball back. Because as he throws it with his right, Betcher goes with his left. And they always talk about that with defensive linemen where you match the hand to go in and bat balls away. Watch Betcher right here. Boom.
Oh, nice work, Betcher. Two-sport star at Oregon before moving full-time into football. Dan Lanning was telling me this week, he's like, I had a conversation with Bryce, was still kind of considering whether he was going to do baseball or football, and Coach Lanning said, you're a football player, brother.
Man, the tight ends are struggling.
Really struggling right now.
Will Kazmarek unable to bring that one down from Altmaier again on the money.
It's a great read. He saw the safety go over the top to try and help on field, so we're going to get a defensive hold, I believe.
Illegal contact. Defense, number 0, 5-year penalty, automatic first down.
And again, that is one of the differences for these college players, right? Cannot contact a eligible receiver beyond 5 yards, whereas in college, obviously, as long as the ball wasn't thrown, fair game.
Yeah, and as long as we've ever played, guys, when you've had difficult weather conditions or things aren't quite right, do coaches not tell you, hey, you've got to do a little bit extra to help out people, right?
That's right.
And right now, it can't always be perfect. So those tight ends across the middle, you got to come down with some of these footballs.
Some of them. How about one of them? We've got so many opportunities.
Oh, boy.
Another cut.
Tyree West had some penetration, but Jay Knott is showing some explosiveness.
How about the stop-start right there?
Yeah.
What'd you say about maybe you can kick save things?
Yeah, kick save.
This is Jay Knott right here.
Draft stock right there, a little in and out, and then the burst make you miss the second level, and he's finishing every run through contact.
Well, that's kind of been the theme.
Let's a stop-start right there.
Yeah, 2023, 1,315 yards on the ground, 12 touchdowns at Cal.
CD hit 274 in one game.
Yeah,
against Arizona.
I got to do some.
But the last 2 years, been a big drop in yardage, like 385 in the last year at Cal. Obviously, way down to 68 at Oklahoma.
Mike Washington, who already has a score in this game.
It's a nice tackle, open field tackle by Rivers right there.
7 yards.
That's on him or that's a touchdown. Nice open field tackle. You'll see 0 out here in space. Rivers.
Hey, DJ, quick question for you. Is the gap narrowed as much as you've ever seen between so-called small schools and big schools in terms of top talented players? I mean, look at Washington, New Mexico State, Buffalo, and it ends up being a 1,000-yard rush in the SEC.
No, yeah, these guys are all getting their opportunities.
Yeah.
It's a ladder that people are climbing now through college.
First Arkansas running back to have consecutive 100-yard games in the SEC since Alex Collins almost a decade ago.
Wow.
Betcher.
He is flying around. By the way, Betcher his day started early today.
Yeah, well,
I've never seen that before in my life.
You talk about he and Star Thomas?
Yeah. I've never seen
Tennessee
guys go at it in warm-ups on the same team. It was a way to get going, I guess. It worked.
Correct.
Yeah, they were just kind of going through it. Betcher's got an edge to him, guys.
They're just going through drills.
Oh,
and he says, hey, let me help you up. No, I'm going to give you a little right. You're going to throw the ball off my face. Okay. Well, I'm ready to play football. You?
Well, look, I think everyone's, just trying to get warmed up a bit.
Who needs enemies when you've got friends, teammates like that?
Nice bounce.
Mike Washington around the edge. You're going to get a holding call, I would imagine. But yeah, that was a strange sight.
Never seen. I've been coming to these games for 20 years.
Holding. Offense. Number 70. 10-yard penalty. 3rd down.
For Betcher, that was like that's like Ben Affleck's character in The Town who got kicked off his own team for fighting with his own guys.
Yeah, whose car we take?
Look at this.
Here he is at practice. He was excellent practice all week long. He is physical. You don't have to worry about that. Talking about baseball bats earlier, this guy's comfortable swinging a baseball bat.
And we talked about Black and the kids from Miami playing 16. Yeah. Betcher played 15 and has showed up here and been through it all.
TJ, you want the line? You want his baseball line?
Oh, what do we got?
276, 12 homers, 35 ribbies, team high 46 runs, and 15 stolen bases.
Pretty darn good player right there.
And nice tracking by Kean Sloan on Luke Altmaier on a 3rd down to bring him down. Let's take another look at Betcher here. And look, I mean, he's an instinctive player for a guy that has not played a ton of linebacker.
Yeah, you see it throughout his tape. It's run and passed. He just is able to take in the whole picture. He doesn't waste any steps. He trusts his eyes. And that's where you end up with 136 tackles, that type of production, because of those instincts.
Center fielder in baseball, correct?
That's right. Did not have a single error in his final full season.
Being able to play the alley, run things down.
William Farron from BYU. Degree of difficulty high, but he puts it through. And the American team is going to add 3 to the tally, up 17-0 from 40 yards out. Farron puts it through, and we got 3 minutes left in this first half here from Mobile.
Welcome back to the 2026 Panini Senior Bowl. One of the stars of the game so far, Garrett Nussmeier. How'd you feel out there?
Yeah, it was awesome. First, I want to give all glory to God, and I'm just grateful to be here and very thankful for the Senior Bowl for giving me this opportunity. And it felt good. I hadn't played football in 3 months, and so we're rotating. But whenever they took me on, I'm like, I was just starting to have fun. You know what I mean? Like, man, I hadn't done this in so long. So, but no, it was really fun.
The guys upstairs were commenting, you look healthy. You went through a lot physically. How do you feel right now?
Yeah, feeling a lot better, yeah. As I said this week, I've been making a lot of progress, and so just, as I said before, just so grateful and excited to get to play football.
What was this experience like this week, just meeting these guys? I know you got a couple of your teammates out here, but you're trying to microwave that chemistry and actually be able to throw the ball around.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, one, everyone out here is talented, and so just getting to spend time with them, get to know them as players and people, it's been a lot of fun, and we had a lot of fun. We had a pretty good group, I'd say. The O-line is a great group, and so it was a lot of fun watching them maul people. So it was a good time.
The other thing I noticed was even during that last possession when Luke Altmaier's in, you're walking up to Scott Tolzien, you're trying to listen into the play calls. How have you gone about trying to soak up all that knowledge this week?
Yeah, no, I mean, just any opportunity. I love being around the game of football. I'm a coach's kid. I grew up around it, and so whether I'm playing or whether I'm on the sideline, I just love being around the game, and so anything I can do to stay involved in the game, I'm going to do.
Your dad's the offensive coordinator of the Saints. I saw him on the sideline this week. Was he giving you any pointers? Was he able to stay in his lane in this environment?
Yeah. Well, he'll tell you, he's a dad first, and so he's been able to draw the line between dad and coach, but also just giving me the pointers and coaching me up as well. And so very grateful for our relationship, and it's been a really cool experience for us.
So over these next 3 months, this is kind of the first step in the pre-draft process. What else do you feel like you need to prove to these NFL teams?
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to prove anything. I'm just trying to be myself. I just want to show teams that I can help them win. And if you take Garrett Nussmeier, you're gonna get a guy who loves the game of football, loves to be around the game of football, hard worker, and somebody who wants to do this for the rest of his life.
Thanks a lot, Garrett.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. God bless.
Tom. Thanks very much. Great to hear from Garrett, who, like Jade Knott, has kind of been answering some questions here.
Yeah, again, same theme, right? Don't have that year that he or his team wanted at LSU this past season, but came here this week and reminded everybody, look, I got a live arm. I can cut through this wind, no problem. He's moved around not only on this run, but some throws on the move as well, able to navigate around some traffic. He's done a really nice job.
Yeah, I know he told Tom he's not here to prove anything to anyone. He is here to remind us.
Sure.
Okay,
sure.
At least remind us of 2024 because he had a big-time year.
Garrett Nussmeier running in the first score. Amazing first quarter, leading 2 scoring drives, converting a 2-point conversion. Indeed, that 2-point went to Malachi Fields. And I was talking to Doug, his dad, Doug Nussmeier, offense coordinator for the Saints, and said the thing he's most proud of about Garrett is his process, the way he approaches the game, the way he approached the difficulties he had this year, and even that conversation about whether he was going to go into the draft a year ago, and has really served him well as Cole Payton gets under pressure, just barely gets that away. That ball floated to Keyshawn Owens.
Is that Hudson down there blocking out of bounds?
It was.
Holy moly.
Yeah, working
Jordan
on
Hudson.
Sierra Wright. Got a lot going on in that play. Let's take a look. Here's how it started, Deej.
Yeah, look, this is Payton, gets a lot of pressure. He's able to get this out. The wind takes it. The ball takes off on him. You can see it flutter on him. It's a heck of a catch. And then you'll see 82 at the bottom of the screen come in here. Look at this block. Blocks him all the way out of bounds off the white.
All right, we've hit the 2-minute warning here at Hancock Whitney Stadium in Mobile. National team on offense when we return. All right, 2 minutes to go here in the first half from Hancock Whitney Stadium. And when we hit the break, we'll send you back to Los Angeles with first half analysis here from Mobile with Mike Yam and David Carr in our Los Angeles studios. While we were gone, how about our guy Cosmo making the trip from Provo down here to Mobile and getting his work in, getting the push-ups in.
Jeez.
Table to table, level to level. Wind won't stop Cosmo, although we appreciate the extra support from the folks down there holding those
look
tables
at him finish
together.
it off, going Rocky style, one-handed.
Oh, he's not done yet. Oh, we missed the flip. He did flip backwards, back off the table. So,
hey, Cosmo.
Shout out to Cosmo.
Having a year worthy of the #2 team in the Big 12.
That's worth some hot chocolate.
Thing I've seen since Jimmer Fredette went for about 45.
Jimmer. How about AJ Desvanta?
Nice punt here from Ryan Eckley. Barryon Brown is able to corral that at the 39-yard line. Again, no returns, just fielding the punt. And then we'll get the American team offense back out. Luke Altmaier in for the second series.
And we saw a lot of 2-minute work during the week of practice.
That's right.
Hoping we see a little smoother operation in the game today.
It took a little bit for these offenses to kind of get going on that 2-minute drill, or those extended 2-minute drills on Thursday's practice.
There was one that was really extended.
Wow.
You remember that first 2-minute drill? It seemed like the most leisurely 2-minute drill I've seen in my life.
This is the
Not today.
This is the matchup right up there. That's Chris Johnson from San Diego State, one of the best corners here, working against Malachi Fields.
Oh, Altmaier has that stripped right out of his hand by Vincent Anthony of Duke.
Never mind.
Although we got a
that didn't
flag.
last long.
My goodness. Altmaier's been getting some edge pressure quickly. Sloan on the first drive, Anthony here.
Look at Bowery's had a tough day.
Offense, number 70. That penalty is declined. First down.
Talk about Jude Bowery, the right tackle from Boston College.
He's had a tough day.
And that's a really nice play by Anthony, getting past him and realizing I can just go ahead and punch right there, knock the ball free, and it's a big play needed for this national squad.
Well, you know, that's kind of interesting. That play from Vincent Anthony is the 4th sack he's had of Luke Altmaier this year.
Wow.
3 against them earlier this year
Very
in the regular
very
season.
Comfortable with him
very
back
comfortable
there.
against Luke Altmaier. All right, so the national team with a prime opportunity to put some points on the board here.
Now, in the last series, we had a lot going on. He's not on the field now, but Quintavious Hutchins from Boston College had a sack on the last series for the American team. See if they can continue to get pressure off the edges.
Well, we got to get Tom to interview somebody.
There'll definitely be a big play.
There'll be a sack at least. Sawyer Robertson into the game at quarterback, going to go to the sideline, looking for
the ball.
Tyron Montgomery.
That's not a flag. That's a napkin.
Felt like one was coming. Watch that, right out on the corner there. Ephesians Prysock.
That's a big
He's in
corner.
Great position. But I will tell you, if you're not getting your head around, oftentimes you're going to get flagged for plays like that.
6'2" corner. He and his partner Takario Davis both over 6'2".
Fitting there at the University of Washington, they would be the old school Seattle corners.
No doubt.
I like to see a little bear-to-bear here. Let's see if we can get Josh Cameron going.
Cameron was one of the stars early in the week of practice. Had a couple of deep balls on day one.
He's down here on the bottom. So we've got the Baylor Bear 34 receiver, Cameron, the Baylor Bear quarterback out there.
Good protection for Robertson. Breaks down, but he's able to get out of it. And Robertson going to take it down and run it. Gets upended by Xavier Sorry. Going back to some of those plays here that Cameron made early on in the week.
Yeah, he got vertical. I mean, he's someone who's really, really good at tracking the ball down the field.
He's very good at hand fighting too.
Yeah, gets that little.
He gets that little. He does a really nice job creating space for himself.
That was against Hood, a first-round corner.
And DJ, I don't think most of those are going to get called either. That's just going to be part of the package. Well done by Cameron.
Oh, no, another pick. It's Fred Davis from Northwestern who's able to get that one off the tip. Sawyer Robertson looking out for Colin Lacey, but another turnover here in the first half.
Opportunistic defense has been the name of the game today.
And receivers not hauling in passes.
Well, that's for sure. 1:01 to play. The American team with another opportunity, but let's take a look at
trading card time.
It is time for the Prism.
There it is. Go Panini.
Oh, he's got the solo shot. Here we go down here on the bottom. The ball's in the slot. It's a little bit high, but unfortunately it just gets tipped up in the air. Instead of being an incompletion, you end up with an interception.
Guarantee the receiver coaches are saying, guys, it may be a little high, but this is going to be the conditions of the day. It's tough for your quarterbacks to get it there. Find a way to come down with the ball.
That was the first interception of Fred Davis's collegiate-ish career.
Oh.
Now Altmaier does get that one out despite some pressure. Gets it out to Josh Cuevas.
Oh, Altmaier's under siege back there.
He is.
Bowery's going to have to play guard. I mean, he's got to be a guard going to the next level. So getting right back on the ball here.
I think that one came from the top side, though, didn't it? Came from the back
Bell.
side and the front side.
But you
got it both ways.
To me, from a quarterback, you'd rather have somebody get beat high side than underneath. And Bowery got crossed inside, and there's nowhere to get away.
Clock stops on the out of bounds, and so now it'll be a second down for Altmaier. Gonna set up the screen, looking for Jamari Taylor. Unable to connect.
Might have hit his head on the goalpost if he caught it. It was
had a chance.
That was setting up.
Big old play.
Tell you what, though, guys, Altmaier's kind of built for these situations. They're in Champaign. Coach Brett Bielema talks a lot about how he has really taken ownership of the end of half, end of game situational meetings on Fridays, and really teaches the rest of the room the way they want to operate in these types of situations. Under 2 minutes to play, and it really showed up in his resume. He led 6 game-winning drives in the final minute of overtime or of regulation over the course of his career there at Illinois. Here's Altmaier incomplete, looking for Cyrus Allen over the middle.
You know, we use a term all the time about when we talk about quarterbacks, guys who look pro-ready.
Yeah.
Who's the most pro-ready out of the group here? This week, DJ, did you have a guy that looked the most pro-ready to you? You know, out of this grouping, I'm talking about here.
I'll be honest with you. I might, if I had to take the entire week, just kind of summarize it. The quarterback I trust the most might be North Dakota State's Peyton.
Really?
Yeah, for me. I just think his athleticism is going to buy him time as he develops.
Yep.
And then he can drive the ball. He's got a big arm, and I thought he made good decisions for the most part for the entire week.
Yeah, I thought during the week, Altmaier, I thought was the guy you could just throw into the huddle and get organized and go. I thought you couldn't return it.
Yeah, he didn't get the memo on that one.
Just a little extra value. Brett Thorson on the punt right there. All right, get ready for Super Bowl 60. NFL Game Day morning.
The play
goes live
is dead once the ball is caught.
For 8.5 hours from
First
Santa
down.
Clara, starting at 9 a.m. Eastern. Rich Eisen and the crew will be joined by special guests plus exclusive interviews with Mike Vrabel, Stephon Diggs, Sam Darnold, Jackson Smith and Jigba, and Mike McDonald. That and so much more. Super Bowl Sunday, 9 a.m. Eastern time on NFL Network.
It's been like 8 change of possessions here in the last minute and a half.
We've had a couple. And
Please reset the game clock to 38 seconds. Please.
I feel like the national team's starting to get their legs under them a little bit, don't you think, guys? The way that this thing started, where American team's just running over the top of them.
Just got to hang on to the ball.
But now they're kind of settled in a little bit. They just got to make a few more plays.
Actually got 2 turnovers apiece for both these squads. So Sawyer Robertson going to have another opportunity with 38 seconds here. See how much freedom they give him to take some shots. And a flag out there, but Adam Randall is going to catch that screen pass and almost had it set up nicely.
That's going back the other way. Illegal shift, I believe.
Yeah, right as the snap came off, the flag came out, so we'll get the call here.
Illegal formation, offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
All right, so that'll back them up a little bit with a little bit less time.
Let's get a draw and get to the heat in the locker room, boys.
Is that what's going through the earpiece of Sawyer Robertson right now?
Sounds like you're going to meet him there.
Yeah. Tell you what, though, Adam Randall is a weapon out of the backfield. Certainly began his career as a receiver and now ended up as a 235-pound running back.
Yeah, I was surprised to find he was a 225-pound receiver.
Yeah.
I thought he might have been lighter and then just got bigger as a runner.
There we go.
And he does get the carry. And is brought down pretty quickly by Keyshawn Elliott out of Arizona State, one of the game captains for the American team defense.
Not in a huge hurry here.
Not in a hurry at all. That's okay.
All right, we're going to let this thing hit the half with the American team dominant on the line of scrimmage early. A couple of turnovers as well.
The end of the first half.
17-0 American lead so far. Garrett Nussmeier has been terrific early on, leading a couple of scoring drives, and we head down to Tom Pelissero on the field.
With Joel Thomas, 2 quick touchdowns, couple of takeaways. Boys came out buzzing. What did you like in that first half?
I love the way our offensive line, they were finishing. We set the attitude. That was the intent starting off with the conditions out here. Obviously, these guys are all locked in, ready to go. We got to take care of the ball. We had a couple missed opportunities down there in the red zone in the second quarter, but we'll come out ready to play for the second half.
What do you think of Garrett Nussmeier's performance, and what's the quarterback plan the rest of the way?
Oh, yeah, I tell you what, Garrett did a great job, operated smoothly. We had no issues. The pre-snap penalties, I think we had 1 out there. Other than that, he did a phenomenal job. We're going to continue with Luke, and then Taylor will come in and finish off the game there.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
Brett?
Tom, thanks very much. 17-0 lead. Nussmeier, a couple of big-time touchdown drives. Defenses have come up with some turnovers as well. We'll see what the second half holds for us. Right now, we send it out to Mike Yam and David Carr in our NFL Network studios.
Halftime down in Mobile, the American squad dominating in this first half. It is 17-0. Came out very aggressive running the football. The quarterback, Garrett Nussmeier, finding his way into the end zone. By the way, as a passer, 5 of 8 passing, 57 yards as well. Defenses also have had some good moments. We saw a forced fumble. We've seen both of these units also get interceptions. Mike Yam and David Carr with you. Take me through what you've seen and what you like from the first half.
Well, it's smart. I love that they came out and ran the football a little bit. I know it's not what we all wanted. I didn't see them throw it around, but it's 30 degrees out there. We can't let Garrett just throw it 40 times in the first couple plays. But I like that he was in control. Garrett Nussmeier, I thought, played really good football. I mean, all the things that we talked about, ball out on time, on the perimeter, very efficient. Obviously, great decision-making down here in the red zone. It shows that he can use his legs a little bit, which is in the NFL currently. That's what we do. Like, it's not just college football. The NFL uses that as well. Garrett, I thought, did a fantastic job starting that thing off in not great conditions. Honestly, we saw this in the AFC Championship. It's tough to play when it's cold. That football is a rock. Feels like you're catching a brick. So some of those, even those interceptions, I'm charting these interceptions. It was just a little bit of a tip, a drop. You could say like 3 of those were really just, I mean, they should have been caught or should have made a play on the football, but they didn't. So it's tough.
You know, in the pregame show, show, you also talked me through Cole Payton and his
love
game.
Cole Payton.
And he's a guy that hasn't had a whole lot of fanfare throughout this process. And I know he didn't get an opportunity to throw a ton, only those four attempts. But there were some things that you did see that caught your attention.
Yeah, well, first of all, his sleeves right there were whipping in the wind. And so I'm like, some of these throws are not going to be easy. But I think he has a big, strong arm. I think he understands where to go with the football. Also, you can see, like, a lot of times with quarterbacks' feet and their decisiveness, like we saw Altmaier take a sack that ended up being a fumble. But Cole looked like he was very decisive in what he was doing. He knew where he wanted to go with the football. He knew what he wanted to do with his eyes. I thought he looked great.
You know, and then the running backs, because in conditions like this, and you talk about that win factor, you're going to have some of these moments. And I know we showed the Nussmeier touchdown, that rushing touchdown on that opening drive. Jaden, you and I were going back and forth on this guy. Not the season he had hoped for when he left Cal to go to Oklahoma, but you see the numbers right now, 43 yards on the ground.
But, I got to give you credit, man. You called this guy out for his time at Cal, and he was the guy. He was the workhorse there, and I'm seeing him just on this day. I'm going to say this guy's running hard, physical, behind his pads. He has a lot of ability. Didn't have the production at Oklahoma when he transferred, but sometimes that happens. Like, not everyone has a Fernando Mendoza transition. That was his quarterback at Cal. Kid ran for, I think you said 1,300 yards over there.
Years ago,
But he's got good lateral movement, and then I just like how he finishes the runs. This guy's all right, man. I mean, this is going to be nice. The running back position for me is so interesting because to get young guys on the field, they have to pass protect. And so that's going to be a question as the coaches have watched him throughout the week. Is he competent there? Does he understand what he's looking at? But I like this guy's running ability for sure.
He's got 43 yards in the first half. He had like 68.
I was going to say, that's almost as many as he had all year in Oklahoma.
By the way, this is a guy who did rush, like to your point, over 1,300 yards a couple seasons ago at Cal.
Very interesting.
When they made the transition for the Pac-12 to the ACC, we're like, this might be the best running back in that entire conference.
I love that.
In both of those
Good
conferences. Meanwhile, Fred Davis, give me the interception. Tips and overthrows.
See? Yeah, you got to get those. I don't like to say that. That's a defensive chant.
Gotta
drop those. Drop them.
Along with David Carr, Mike Yam with you. Halftime right now at the Senior Bowl. Getting an opportunity to see Garrett Nussmeier get the start for the American team. That's a clear path.
Well, RPO might be illegal. Yeah, they can only play cover 3 on defense. But we're not running RPOs. Nice.
Heard Charles Davis talk about the evolution and some of the things that we're seeing in the game of football during the broadcast. He's right. It might feel simple, but some iterations here. Pavia,
nice play,
kind of using that mobility, showing off his legs here.
Really good.
Runner-up in the Heisman, finding the NC State tight end. It was first team All-ACC, just jolly. But it's a heavy dose, man, of what we've seen from this American squad.
Jaden Ott.
Delivering punch. 2 and 2 point conversion. To your point on the rules, no PATs.
Boom.
Yeah, Malachi Fields.
There we go. Yeah, it's good.
You
nice
loved him up.
He was blocking too. They had him in like tight end rolls, like nice and tight. That's good. Versatile. Oh, we got to catch the ball.
Yep.
Had a couple of these, just off. I thought it was a decent throw.
Do you want to double down? I was telling you in the break, I hadn't necessarily heard a quarterback in those tips.
Oh, I'm doubling down. You got to drop those, buddy. You got to give us another chance on offense.
Usually when I work with MJD, he's like, you got to get those.
Oh, he's a running back, too. He should know. You got to drop those.
By the way, we talk about the conditions here for Cosmo, the BYU mascot.
Clearly.
Not a problem. One-handed behind the back.
Up 3 levels and then a one-handed push-up is impressive.
Are we going to flip? Wow.
He didn't even need that pad.
You know, sometimes you got the athletes who can deliver on the football field. The other ones that are on the sidelines, almost maybe as talented in a different
regard. He's clearly a quarterback in that costume.
1,000%. No. Okay, so take me through this. All right, second half here. Who's a player or two that you can't wait to go and see out on that football?
So Sawyer needs to get some more reps. Sawyer Robertson, I think he's going to be fun. Baylor quarterback. He steps up and gets vertical. He has some athleticism. I think he threw the ball pretty good, but he needs some more plays. We'll get some more of that, but that was nice. Like, a lot of guys get sacked in that situation. You got to protect yourself right here, though. Be careful, man. You don't want to take too many of those. But, yeah, 0 for 2 with a pick. And that pick, so it's just indecisiveness, like, you'll see it. Like, he wants to throw it, and then he's kind of in between. Like, that route is actually like a little stick concept. Receiver, is he going to break out? Is he going to sit? That's what happens, when you don't work with these guys. You don't really know. You don't have a comfort level, but, just find a way to get some rhythm, and he'll probably get a lot of reps. So that'll be fun to watch him.
Tyron Montgomery's another name that got some buzz
like
during
him too.
practices this week. And you had told me before, hey, like when you got to the Senior Bowl and you were there, you didn't play at like this huge school, but you felt like there was validation there based off of your performance. Montgomery thinking the same thing?
Yeah, and when I watched him this week, he looked like he played the part well. I mean, like some of these receivers, sometimes you don't know. Like, are they going to be able to come in? Is it too big for them? And I thought he looked really good all week in practice. I think separation-wise, route running-wise, like he was very detailed in his routes. It looked like he was pretty consistent catching the football. So I saw him run a double move earlier, and he kind of got pushed to the sideline. But that's, that being able to catch the ball out behind you when you run an out-breaking route is nice. The speed to run by guys. I saw that all week, so I kind of want to see more Tyron.
Yeah, got a John Carroll that we feel like
that's tough, man. Division III is pretty good to be able to
I don't know if we've kind of thrown that out there on a Senior Bowl the last couple of years. One other name to throw your way, Dylan Green, a guy out of Arkansas who had a ton of success when he was at Boise a couple seasons ago. Talk about like a jump, right, in terms of competition out west, then all of a sudden to the SEC, and now Senior Bowl. Exactly,
and I think that so like throughout the week he wasn't great in drills. Like some of the live reps that he got weren't fantastic, but I think that like athleticism wise, like it jumps out there. He's a big kid. His ability to rush the football is great. So with the way the NFL is going, like there's spaces for these guys. Like there's a place for him to play. Like he wasn't the most consistent, but man, he has all the tools. Like a quarterback coach or a coordinator looks at him as like, if we can just stash him on the practice squad for like 10 years, he'll get a place. He'll get an opportunity because there's no way you look at him and say, yeah, we can't use that. Like he has
physically
so many raw abilities. It's crazy. So yeah, he's going to get a chance. It'll be fun to see him play a little bit.
You know what's fascinating to me? Some of these all-star showcases, you have guys that show up, leave, other players, that opens up the door for other opportunities that are out there, which is just kind of wild. The other day I had the opportunity here on NFL Network to call the East-West Shrine Bowl. One team had 4 quarterbacks. The other one only had 2 because 2 of them decided not to go and play. And I remember talking to the coaching staff, Sean Mannion actually, who just got the job with the Philadelphia Eagles, said, hey, I'm looking at sort of like the 2-minute situations, end of game, end of halftime, and that's how I'm sort of slotting in the different quarterbacks. I'll throw this your way. Both of these rosters, the American and National, 3 quarterbacks here. Pavia is a guy that we highlighted before the game. Do you think we see him get a little bit
That's really interesting because I've done that before even in preseasons where they'll throw you back out there when I was with the Giants and they'd let me get the 2-minute drill at the end of the game. I hadn't played since the second quarter. So I think that that's something I would definitely do because like when we talk about it, we're trying to get more reps for Sawyer and these guys who have 2 attempts. Diego has only 2 attempts. And I thought what he did, he punched the ball out after the ball was on the ground. So I'd like to see Diego play a little bit more because, man, like first of all, to the measuring guy, you can't put the kid at 5'10". It's 5'9" and 7'8". Can we not write 5'10" on there? And then give my man at least 10 more attempts out there on the field. I think towards the end, I'd like to see Pavia mix it up a little bit.
You know, when I told you, we gave numbers, 5'9" and 7'8".
What is that?
I said this in the pregame to you. I'm like, that's not true. I actually looked it up. I was like, there's no way that is the case. And by the way, from a guy who's 5'8" myself, like you learn the tricks, right? Like, is it thicker socks?
Yeah,
like,
you're not trying to play quarterback in the NFL.
No, but when I stand up
next to height for a human.
So when I stand up next to guys that are 6'4" like David Carr, luckily we're the same height at this point. Like you do need to like you play the game a little bit. All right, once again, second half in Mobile. Rhett Lewis, Daniel Jeremiah, Charles Davis, they did a remarkable job in the first half. We get the second half call. It's coming up next here on NFL Network.
Halftime here at the Panini Senior Bowl wrapping up, and big thanks to the Southern University Marching Band, the Human Jukebox, warming up the fans here with some fun at the break, and we are ready for the second half here. Rhett Lewis, Daniel Jeremiah, Charles Davis with you, Tom Pelissero down on the field as well, guys. Speaking of the Human Jukebox, we've had a couple of human highlight reels early on with the American offense. Garrett Nussmeier leading a pair of scoring drives, and then DJ, the ball started bouncing around the opposite way.
Yeah, it's been a turnover-filled first half, so you can look at those one of 2 ways. You can look at them as boo-boos on the offense or big plays by the defense. I guess it's all a matter of perspective.
It certainly is. I think for the most part, it's been miscues by the offense. I think we had the one where Vincent Anthony knocked out of the hands of Doug Altmaier. That's a big defensive play, but a lot of it's just simply receivers not catching the football. Ball's there, opportunity not coming down with it. There's Anthony with the strip of Doug Altmaier. Let's give me a Luke Altmaier there.
Yeah, Luke Altmaier had that one taken away from him. Then Sawyer Robertson was looking out for Colin Lacey, and Fred Davis was able to pick that one off. So we had 4 turnovers, a couple of picks and a couple of fumbles as well. But DJ, what are you looking for here in the second half now?
Well, look, you'd like to see the ball get thrown around a little bit, but because of the wind conditions that we have, it's not just the cold, more so the wind. I think you continue to see the ground game. So let's see these backs. Ott looked really good at Oklahoma, had a really nice first half. Let's see the rest of these backs continue to get rolling.
Yeah, I don't think the American team's offensive line has gotten enough credit in what they've done in the first half. That allowed these running backs to get going. But I also think that because of the conditions, who's going to make those individual plays that not just help their team, but help their draft stock?
Indeed. Boy, that offensive line for the American team in that first quarter was dominant off the ball, resetting the line of scrimmage, physical runs by the running backs. Trio of running backs on that first drive was Mike Washington, who got the start. Kalon Black, the national champion from Indiana, had a couple of punishing finishes as well. Jay Knott then putting the ball in the paint. And here's our second and final kickoff, dynamic kickoff it is, and it is fielded by Colin Lacey from Louisville, and that was covered well. I tell you what, that's pretty impressive for the special teams coaches here, kind of getting these college guys on board with the dynamic kickoff in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, you got them coached up, and you got some athletes. A lot of guys have played a ton of special teams, so they were early on in their college career, so it's been a minute. We talk about guys who performed well in this first half. I'll tell you what, you look at Zion Young out there, the big edge rusher from Missouri, did a nice job as well.
Yeah, had one of those fumble recoveries early on in the fumble exchange between Pavia and McGowan. And so now we'll see Sawyer Robertson once again, the Big 12's leading passer this year. And he's going to hand it off to Keyshawn Owens. And Owens,
look who's there,
brought down by Zion Young.
I was talking to his college coach, Eli Drinkwitz, and told me a great story about how he was, had some people advising him not to play in the bowl game, but he wanted to practice to stay sharp. So he practiced, and once they got to the bowl site after the first practice, he came and told the staff, nah, I got to play. I'm going to finish this thing out the right way. And tells you a little bit about him. He's made it all the way through this week and showed up and played well today.
Love that. His dad, big factor in his life, not just from a fatherly perspective, but also as a coach, so much so that he's in his phone as coach.
I love that.
Right? Keyshawn Owens again with the carry, and again, Zion Young coming around and getting another tackle.
Might want to run the other way.
Yep.
Nice job there.
Now what he wants is them to throw the football so he can get a sack.
Well, I think what he wants most of all is just to stay moving and stay warm.
I mean, you know what you're doing? You're projecting.
I am projecting. That's a fair point.
I like it.
It's a fair point.
I want them to do exactly what I want to do right now, is get warm.
This is an all-star game, and the benches are not heated like they are usually where most of these guys have played their ball. Sawyer Robertson taking a shot, and we got a tight end coming down with a catch. It's Matthew Hibner from SMU.
It's good coverage. That's Kilgore. Kilgore was all over him. I think they got him for interference, but man, he was in great position. You see Zion Young with a little pressure actually.
Illegal contact. Defense, number 23. That penalty is declined. Robertson. The result of play, it's the first down.
Still hung in there and made a nice throw as he was getting contacted.
That was the type of catch we've been looking for from a tight end.
Just a catch.
Actually, a catch from a receiver in certain situations. Be able to go up, come down with the football, and even more impressive with someone riding on his back.
So a nice throw from Sawyer Robertson. Productive career there at Baylor after transferring in from Mississippi State. We're committed to play for Mike Leach. And another handoff goes to Keyshawn Owens. Benny has been in the backfield since day one, Deej.
Yeah, he doesn't finish this tackle, but when you watch what he does to defeat the block, you see the leverage that he plays with. That was impressive. And he's done this throughout the entire week. See Benny wearing that 26 at D tackle right here. My finger's frozen, or else I'd be able to circle around. But he's able to leverage off and make the play.
Keyshawn Elliott from Arizona State helping to finish that one off. A couple of yard gain, bring up a second down, and boy, Benny, kind of carrying on a pretty talented line of defensive tackles coming out of Michigan with Kenneth Grant and Brandon Grant a year ago. Sawyer Robertson gets out of some pressure from Hutchins and gets that one off. but unable to come up with it is Justin Jolie, the tight end from NC State.
Almost a second sack of the game for Hutchins. Got one in the first half, and here he is now. Almost there. Good job by Sawyer Robertson being able to escape and avoid the sack.
You just got to be a little more intentional, even when you've got a little dump off throw and you're on the move with this wind. You've got to really kind of, you almost have to guide the ball in there.
You know what it's like? It's like a pitcher picking up a slow roller.
Sure.
And when you
Really
lollipop
focus.
it over,
Yep.
that ball just gets away from you. Put a little bit on it.
Tell you what, for the most part, it's felt like these quarterbacks have really done a nice job cutting through the wind, through the air. They put some balls on the money, even though they haven't come up with catches. Another shot here from Robertson, looking for Tyron Montgomery.
The wind just
took that
I mean, it just hit a wall. It was like that ball was up in the air and just hit a brick wall and went straight down.
Well, they are throwing right into the wind, and that is the direction it is coming.
If you look at the flags that are up above the end zone there, in like 219, 220 section up there, and you can see that represents the wind that he's throwing into. It is whipping.
And where that, if you're going in that direction, the wind just told you up until this point you're okay. As soon as you hit here, after that it's done. Can't throw it any farther than that.
Well, let's see this punt here from Ryan Eckley going into the wind. And he's got a low line drive. Even that one got caught up. And it was fielded.
Good job by him, though. He tried to hit a little stinger, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Hey, did the job. Kevin Coleman makes the catch. And
like a
the
CD4
American
iron
team
right
coming
there.
back out next.
Welcome back to the 2026 Panini Senior Bowl. Joined now by special guest Jason Howard from Panini.
Hey, Tom, how are you?
Doing great. First year of this partnership. Just tell me about how it came together and how it's gone so far.
Absolutely. So we've been partners with the Senior Bowl for about 5 years, and about year 2 we decided that we really wanted to find a way to become the title sponsor here someday, and today's brought it all to fruition.
It's a natural combination, especially when you see the turnover. The guys running, they get into the giant Panini card. How'd that come together?
Absolutely. So Kaboom is one of our most popular trading card brands in our Prism product. And so just that celebratory moment where they kind of explode out of the card was something we wanted to bring to life for the fans here in the stadium.
There's a lot of the community events, too, that happen every year throughout the week. Tell me about some of those.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a great, Senior Bowl is, for us, a year-long thing, not just a week-long thing. And so contributing back to the community throughout the year and then making them a part of Senior Bowl week is really special. I know that the players got a chance to go out to hospitals and schools, and that was a really enjoyable time. It's stuff off the practice field.
And they also got to see themselves on their first trading cards as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Thanks a lot, Jason.
Thank you.
Tom, thanks very much. They also had a cook-off in the middle of downtown Mobile earlier in the week. Panini's done a great job here, just as the entire community of Mobile embraces this event each and every year. Kaylon Black gets that carry from Luke Altmaier, takes it for about 2 yards. And Black, again, 16-game season there for Indiana, and is able to come down and continue to showcase his skills here. And one of those guys, too, that really had to wait for his opportunity, transferred to Indiana from JMU and was not one of the top 2 backs getting carries in 2024 for Kurt Signetti. Could have shut it down, right? Could have hit the portal, but really trusted the process and obviously paid off for him. Had a career year, over 1,000 yards.
One of those 13, right, that came from James Madison with Coach Signetti?
Yeah, and helped establish the culture. And look at Kaylon. He did not catch a lot of passes in his career. In fact, just 4 this year for the Hoosiers, but showcased some nice hands kind of throughout the week as well.
I'll tell you what, let's get to the end zone look here and look at Ihanichor, the right tackle right there. There he is right there on the edge. Watch, just look at his ability to anchor down, and then he doesn't stop. The play's still going. You'll see him. He's still latched on. What? He's going down. Now I'm going to jump on top of him after it's all said and done. A little nasty to go along with all that size and athleticism.
Where are you seeing him right now?
I think he's a starting right tackle. I think at worst he's a second-round pick, and I think he's going to have an opportunity to get into discussion of being in the first round.
He's been terrific. Some of the battles he had with Derek Moore out of Michigan this week was
just did it again.
Yeah,
he just did it again.
Did you see what he just did there when he tried to throw the spin at him?
He just swallowed, and he flexed on him at the end.
Yeah, that was Sloan. Date.
All right, you got a flag downfield.
Pass interference. Defense, number 29. Spot foul, automatic first down.
Deshaun Singleton gets the hook there.
He's
on
new
the
to football,
PI.
CD.
Yeah. Let's talk about
absolutely do, but watch right there.
He tries to spin, he just swallows it, and then
punishes him.
and then finishes you off. And Sloan's a good player.
Yeah,
Look,
he is.
I mean, he caught your eye a little bit this week, DJ. I think you haven't had a chance to
rushes.
do his thing. I've watched him on tape. I liked him a bunch. That one, he was in trouble from the word go.
He was coached up hard this week by a defensive line coach for the national team, Tanzel Smart. And we got another near sack, and then we do end up getting Altmaier on the ground. And there it is. There's Nadeem Tucker, who's kind of been in and around the action a bunch today and does get to the quarterback here.
Missed it first, though. Had a great opportunity.
We got to get rid of
right
the ball,
over the top.
It was Dayon Hayes from Texas A&M, a late add to the game. Had a shot at him, but couldn't bring Altmaier down, so Tucker cleans it up.
We got to play with a little faster clock, and that was an issue for a lot of the quarterbacks this week. Got Malachi Fields down here on the bottom.
Jacoby Lane up at the top, two big framed wide receivers for Luke Altmaier. And he's going to check it down to Black, makes his second catch of this drive.
Yeah, there's a difference between being poised, and being comfortable with being a little bit lethargic and a little bit slow. We just got to pick it up, the pace and the speed a little bit back there.
TJ Quinn came up with the tackle. Again, late add to the game.
Would you say, DJ, that's almost like it is an analogy? Remember Andrew Luck's drop? Remember how quickly and violently he got out of there? And then when he got to the top of his drop and hit his back foot, body calmed and settled. Same thing, have that urgency, but be able to play calmly.
Corners in tight coverage here.
We got a third down.
Altmaier gets it off to Kevin Coleman, but wrapped up nicely. Chandler Rivers, who was the practice player of the week for the national team cornerbacks. Tight coverage and a nice stop.
Well, he's had two great open field tackles so far. Had one early in the game out in the flat, another one there where you've got third down and you make the tackle a yard short because your ability to drive him all the way out of bounds and run your legs.
He closed the gap as he made the move out of the pocket. You see how he closed the gap on the receiver, so when the catch was made, he was right there on the spot. He did exactly as you described.
Guys, he had 223 career tackles as a corner. That's getting yourself in the mix quite a bit.
That's sticking your face in the fan a few times.
No question. Josh Cameron fields the punts, and the national team offense will have a shot. Another shot to get on the board for the first time as the American team tries to stay warm. All right, national team getting ready for another opportunity to get on the scoreboard for the first time today. 6:35 to go in the third quarter. We mentioned some of those practice players of the week. Chandler Rivers getting the nod from the corners. Kyle Lewis was just all over the field all week long. Fortunately, couldn't make it into the game. Jordan Hudson from SMU, that's Jordan with an A, gets the nod for the wide receivers for the national squad. This is voted on by players and coaches in the game. And then Pavia was the quarterback of the week, and he is he out there now? He is. Pavia back in the lineup at quarterback for the national team. Star Thomas is in the backfield at running back, and it's going to be a play action. Pavia going to get it off to Chris Hilton, speedster receiver from LSU. I thought Pavia might just take that one himself.
Well, Hutchins, do you think Hutchins is selling out a little bit there? I think he's worried about Contain coming off the left end.
I don't think so.
No, he's
Not so much.
trying to get to the quarterback again.
Chasing sacks.
But watch Pavia just keep an eye on him as he continues on with these drives. He get that nice little flip out there, nice little completion. Who's the first guy to pick up the receiver downfield?
Pavia. That's why he forced that ball out in the first half.
Been kind of quiet from Banks, big 88, the DT from Florida out there. See what he's got going on.
Oh, he's shut down pretty well by 77. Keelan Rutledge, who's had a really nice week. Charles, I know you've had your eye on the Mauler from Georgia Tech.
Yeah, Daniel Jeremiah said this a bunch of years ago. He called a guy an APM. I said, what's an APM, DJ? Automated people mover. Just like you get at the airport. And that's what Keelan Rutledge is.
And that's a difference in leverage there, too. You just watch big 88. He gets his pads down, Banks, a defensive tackle. He plays like a first-round pick. When he stands upright, gets a little too tall, he gets blocked.
It was Donovan McCulley's second catch of the game. Receiver out of Michigan. Pavia going back to the air again, but he's going to get brought down, and there's Banks in on that one. A couple of guys in there.
Yeah, and that time he still was playing a little bit high, but the ball kind of got run up into him, and he's able to get off the play and make a stop here. You see 88 working on 77. There he is, just kind of stacking him, slowly trying to walk him back there, and then Pavia climbed up into what he thought was a void, but that is their void filler right there in Banks.
The big 88. All-time 88 defensive tackle is Alan Page.
Sure thing.
Minnesota Vikings.
A couple of Missouri Tigers on the right side of that defensive line, and Chris McClellan and Zion Young, who we've talked about a bunch. Pavia back to the air, got it complete to Jordan Hudson.
That's
you see how college came in right there.
Well, I want to see Banks. We got to pay him off because we just kind of talked about him and talk about the athleticism at 6'6", 330 pounds. This shows you kind of the movement that he has. Watch him inside 88. Watch this. Club and then pairs it off with a spin. If Pavia holds that ball, he's going to get swallowed by the great fish.
Oh, look at Banks standing just under 6'6" on the official measurement. 6.5 sacks in his career. And again, you know, the 24 stuff was really good, right, DJ? And then just, you know, we didn't see him a bunch this last
25.
year. Yeah. Pavia back to the air, back to McCulley, who's kind of become his favorite target. Second catch on this drive, third of the day. Brought down by Sierra Wright.
And, you know, McCulley just got here late in the week. Sierra Wright late in the week. But both of them just jumping out and getting involved into the fray. You get an opportunity to put your wares out there. You may not have been there day one, but you're here on game day.
Well, you know, he's
McCulley making sure people notice him. And Sierra Wright has made a few plays as well.
Well, he's a red light player, you know, when the camera's on him.
Yep.
Starring role in Space Jam, the new legacy.
LeBron's son, right?
Son, yeah.
Whoa.
My goodness, Keyron Crawford, welcome to Mobile.
How are you doing, my friend?
That was a big-time play and some effort at the end to finish it to get Pavia on the ground.
He hasn't played a lot of football in his life, just kind of 1 year in high school CD, but this is someone who has got a lot in his body. 24 coming off the edge. Crawford, you're going to see him working off your left side here. A little inside swim move.
That's a big move working inside. Was that against Herron, the tackle from Maryland?
That's what it looked like.
And Crawford will get a little frustration now. You know, Pavia beat Auburn, at New Mexico State, and at Vanderbilt.
Ooh. Pavia, again, going to get flushed out of the pocket, going to check it down, and does connect with Star Thomas, who, by the way, was his teammate at New Mexico State.
And appears to be in a better mood.
Yeah. Well, for now.
Hey, look, you know, when you're going through that stuff in pregame, that was quite the pop Betcher put on him. I might have taken offense at that myself.
He went to help him up, CD.
He's like, oh, my bad.
Yeah, but that's not how you do it in warm-ups, guys. I mean, you know.
He's a little jacked up, man.
Cheap shot. Cheap shot gets in there, and now everybody's all excited.
15 degrees out here. He's trying to stay warm.
They both have made plays. Maybe it worked.
Got them both a little riled up. All right, so here's Pavia again on a third down, trying to extend this drive. And going to set up Star Thomas, trying to turn the corner on Xavier Sori, linebacker out of Arkansas, but unable to do so. So that'll bring up fourth. And
we got to go.
We got to go for it.
We got to go for this.
We got to go for it.
Oh, here comes Zion Young and Hutchins on the field. So here comes
get our NASCAR pass rush group going.
Some fresh edge rushers.
Got Rayshon Benny in the game in the interior, along with Nick Barrett from South Carolina.
We'll keep an eye on Zion Young here.
Who are we looking for Pavia? What do we got? We got McCulley out there.
I'm looking for Pavia to take off himself. If he doesn't have it right away, look for him to dash.
See Zion Young up at the top rushing.
Here's Pavia. Boy, Hutchins is coming off the edge now. And Pavia, go! Oh, had it.
Made the right decision. Randall didn't help him.
Former receiver.
Adam Randall cannot hang on, and the national team will have to turn it over on downs. A little SEC love right there. And Pavia and the national team will have to wait another possession for a score. Well, the Senior Bowl is the first leg of the Triple Crown, and then once we finish up today, we will get to Indianapolis in the 2026 NFL Scouting Combine presented by Microsoft Copilot. 4 days of live coverage starts Thursday, February 26th, only on NFL Network and streaming on NFL Plus. We start with D-line and linebackers. We get the running backs, the quarterbacks, and the receivers on Saturday, and then we'll finish off on Sunday with the O-linemen. So here we go, DJ. All-Star games. Check.
Yep.
Combine next. And then
Pro days. Yeah. And then you can throw some individual pro days on there as well.
Get a little
bonus.
Get a few extras.
Quarterbacks.
Some extra workouts.
Seeing a lot of change with college football and different things. DJ, are things changing a little bit in how people are going about workouts?
Well, I'll tell you what's changed is the Zoom meetings. You know, you're getting a chance to really spend a lot of time with these guys that way.
You know what else has changed? The quarterback here for the American team. We're seeing Talon Green showcase his mobility. Big quarterback out of Arkansas, standing 6'6". And he can move.
I ran into a couple scouting buddies before the game with teams, and we were talking about our MVP choices, and this is a very popular selection. You get a quarterback that can run like this in an all-star game, you can shine.
And speaking of Triple Crown, the way he gets going and eats up strides.
Oh, we got a flea flicker. Arkansas's Talon Green hands off to Jaden Ott, who flips it back to Talon, and he's going to let it lie. No, he's not going to let it loose. He's going to just smartly take that out of bounds. It was covered up nicely downfield by the national team secondary, which brings us to the end of the third quarter. The American team leading 17-0, and Talon Green piloting the offense when we kick off the fourth. All right, welcome back to Hancock Whitney Stadium here on the campus of South Alabama.
Go Jags.
77th Senior Bowl off and running as we kickstart the fourth quarter here. Speaking of the Jags, their wide receiver, Devin Voisin, is in the game. Wearing number 5 for the American team. Haven't seen him show up much yet.
Need a local guy to get a catch. Come on now. Know your geography.
I'll be honest with you, the way
it's hard for anyone
I can't feel my feet. If you want to give him a reverse, I fully support that.
I'm looking in the stadium. There is one enclosed spot where people are watching the game.
Yeah.
You want to be there badly, don't you?
I tell you what, I've never felt so soft in my life as when they had the baby race at halftime, the baby crawl race, and they've got babies out there with just, you know, no beanie on.
Polyurethane.
Yeah, just not even crying.
My favorite part about it, though, was the babies were like, no, not into this.
Talon Green back in at quarterback here for the American squad as we start the fourth quarter. He is on the run. Oh, going to throw all the way back. And Ted Hurst tries to come back and get it.
Chris Johnson almost got one.
Perilous decision.
That's a bad idea under normal circumstances in this win, DJ. I mean,
it's a bold move, Cotton.
It's a really bold move. Throw him back against your body into traffic. Okay, if you have perfect conditions and you have the big gun, maybe.
Oh, goodness.
No.
But when the wind gets involved.
Yeah.
Not a surprise Chris Johnson almost came down.
Fortunate that it just came down as an incomplete pass.
Dip, duck, dive, dodge. A conversation with your quarterback's coach on the sideline after that one. All right, we got that punt goes away for Brett Thorson, and Josh Cameron lets that bounce into the end zone. So it'll go for a touchback, and the national team has got 14+ minutes to get on the scoreboard here at the Senior Bowl. All right, back here to Hancock Whitney Stadium in Mobile. American team up 17-0. National team back out onto the field on offense. We got some characters at offensive line here in this game, haven't we? You guys remember Cody Mouth from North Dakota State. Look at that mullet. Of course, the missing 2 front teeth certainly adding to the look. That's Jennings Dunker from Iowa, pre-mullet. Look at that beautiful mane of red hair flowing out of the back of that helmet. Now, actually, there's a story behind the mullet. He said he copied his fellow Iowa teammate Connor Colby, who was just drafted by the 49ers this past year. Colby did a year with the mullet, a year without the mullet, played better with the mullet. So, Dunker going mullet.
The mullet wins.
Pavia back in at quarterback, and he's going to hand it off to Seth McGowan, who's got a seam, and Seth McGowan exploding through the line of scrimmage and into plus territory. Best play of the day for the national team.
Popped one here.
Left side of the offensive line. And look at that coming around. Nice little wraparound block there, too.
That was 77.
77, Keelan Rutledge. Out of Georgia Tech. And anytime he gets a chance to run into someone and move them from point A to point B against their will, he is up for the challenge.
Plays through the echo of the whistle, takes pride in that. Pavia. Another handoff to McGowan, why not? Although this one is bottled up pretty quickly. Tom Pelissero with us down on the field.
Jennings Dunker in that before photo, guys, weighed about 280 pounds, but you tend to put on a few when you eat about 10,000 calories before every game. He eats pasta, then 3 cheeseburgers, washes it down with some hot chocolate, also likes to snack during games and drink coffee. I saw him right before the game. I said, how much did you have today? He said, well, just 1 cup with breakfast, but I just downed 5 shots of espresso straight.
This guy's my hero.
Guys, this guy, just send him the Lions jersey now.
Yeah, no kidding.
Is he playing out on the, is he at right tackle right now? Is that where they got
he's out at right tackle.
Out at right tackle. By the way, 10,000 calories down here in Mobile is only like 200 fried oysters at Wenzel's. So
is that all?
It's not that bad.
Here he is, Dunker, and he's played guard, he's played tackle. Here was the end of the competition period at the end of practice, and I would suggest if you want to be around him when he's in an emotional state like this, you wear a helmet. And that's your example right there.
That was Jordan Hudson. I think that's why they gave him Practice Player of the Week.
Take a shot.
The toughness factor.
All he was doing was trying to dap up his teammate.
There's been some friendly fire this year at the Senior Bowl.
That's a great example of no good deed goes unpunished.
Just to close the book on the accomplishments of Jennings Dunker, also the Solon Beef Days 2-time winner of the hay bale toss. So there's that.
And those bales are what, between 55 and 60 pounds per?
I mean, if you're talking about how to translate carnival spectacles to the NFL, like the hay bale toss is probably the best you got.
Look at this one-handed
nice catch
after the long run.
McGowan's having a nice little drive. Started his career at Oklahoma, finished it at Kentucky.
Many stops in between. In fact, it had been a broken road for McGowan to find his way. Had some mistakes and missteps that led to his departure from OU, but now really makes it his mission to help kids that are struggling with finding themselves at the collegiate level and finding their mental health. And thought it was a really cool way to kind of make the best of what was a bad situation early in his career.
Nice job inside there. Number 97 looked like McClellan from Missouri, didn't it?
Yep.
That was
hands
McClellan.
up, popped it away.
Nicely done. I want to see Tyron Montgomery get a little loose here, get an opportunity. Out of John Carroll has had a good week of practice.
I want to talk about interesting journeys to college football. Talk about a walk-on LSU basketball player. Ended up having to leave the team. His mom got sick. And then was just throwing the ball around with his brother who had played some college football. I was like, you know what? I think I want to do this college football thing. And just started doing it. Started filming himself, doing some workouts, and
crushing the 7-on-7
crushing the 7-on-7 circuit. And so Tim Rebo, head coach at Nichols State at the time in Thibodaux, Louisiana, found him, and I saw him running routes down at the Manning Passing Academy in Thibodaux, where the Nichols State receivers often, help, kind of serve as the workouts and serve as the receivers for those. And I was like, gosh, who's this guy you got running out here? He's, lighting everybody up. Where'd you find him? He goes, the internet. Seriously.
Hey.
And then spent 2 years there at Nichols, and then found his way to John Carroll, became the most productive receiver John Carroll's ever seen.
He's at the bottom of the screen right now.
Pavia on the move, just take it. Pays for it too.
He doesn't care.
He does not. Quintavious Hutchins getting another piece there.
Got fourth
he
down.
and Jack Kelly, the BYU linebacker.
Jack Kelly, also a BMX star on the bikes. And Kalani Sitake said, that dude right there, he's not afraid of anything. Practice player of the week at the linebacker position for the American team.
This is going to be a very challenging field goal.
Drew Stevens, though.
He's got the wind at his back, though, so that's helpful. And his side and the other side.
Nobody's hit more 50-yarders in Iowa history than Drew Stevens.
Good job counting by the national team to get one out. They had an extra guy out there.
Ryan Eckley on the hole. Luke Basso from Oregon is the long snapper. And Stevens got it. 51 yards for Drew Stevens, and the national team at long last is on the board thanks to the strong right leg of the Iowa Hawkeye. Right down the middle in the windy conditions. Pavia celebrating the score. All right, national team on the board here in Mobile. Super Bowl 60 weekend kicking off with NFL honors presented by Invisalign. Find out who will take home the NFL's most prestigious awards with host John Hamm. Live on Thursday, February 5th, 9/8 Central on NBC and NFL Network. Boy, some of the top rookies in the league played here at the 2025 Senior Bowl a year ago, including Tyler Shuck, quarterback for the New Orleans Saints, who took off in the second half of the season there for Kellen Moore's Saints squad and could very well end up getting that Offensive Rookie of the Year awarded honors.
He might be the favorite. I think him and McMillan would probably
Ted
be
McMillan,
two guys.
Tyler Warren with the Colts. At least 6 of the people on that board were starters.
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, Gray Zabel, you know, is one of the best rookies of the year overall.
He was an immediate
lineman,
starter.
you know, not necessarily going to win there, but
just saying he was a starter the minute they called his name.
Better believe it.
Like it just okay.
Could have been in any position. Let's go back to Gray Zabel's incredible one-on-one performances from a year ago. I say performances like
he might have set a record for number of reps. Everybody kept challenging him. Everybody wanted to try their hand at going against him, and he took care of all comers, and that immediately translated to his ability to plug and play for this Seattle Seahawks offensive line that has been one of the best lines in the NFL this year, and one of the key reasons why they're playing Super Bowl 60.
Yep, Abe Lucas, the right tackle, played here, I believe.
Cooper Kupp, of course, was a star down here in Mobile before getting drafted by the Rams, and then now playing in the Super Bowl for his home team. That was up there in the Washington. Boy, those one-on-ones were fun with Cooper Kupp down here.
Yeah, it was fun to just watch him as a true craftsman. His ability to set guys up and then so smooth and efficient at the top of his route to separate. And
he's
incredible.
Saw him early.
I was at the Super Bowl when they knocked off the Bengals. Charles, I know you were there as well. That was a clinic.
And everyone knew where the ball was going.
First target.
That was the best part. It didn't matter. He found ways.
30 seconds.
But he was so good at Eastern Washington that we totally forgot Kendrick Bourne was there as well. Kendrick Bourne was a pro wide receiver.
And productive too.
Oh,
you know, after 49ers, Patriots, back to the 49ers.
His wide receiver one for the Patriots for a few seasons.
All right, we got a timeout from Joel Thomas's American squad, trying to get on the same page with the quarterback, Taylon Green.
Nussmeier's got himself a sweatshirt on underneath his pads.
That was a vet move going back into the locker room at halftime.
Smart move.
Look at that crowd at the heater. Clint Hurd doesn't he? He's good to go. Toughness personified. That's a nice Eagles.
What happened? Is Sherlock Pelissero still down there? Where's he at?
Tommy Shelby?
Are you looking for Moriarty?
Sherlock? Love you, Tom.
Getting in front of the heater.
Taylon Green, quick throw. All right, we got it complete.
Can we get Tom to make some play calls here?
That's one of my favorite moments of all time.
We need Tom to get a trick
Cyrus
play.
Allen. Was that Ben Johnson calling plays back in the day?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
I think it was. We got to get a trick play going.
Oh, here's Tom. Here's Tom trying to get an idea what's. Oh, he's just trying to get warmed up.
See, there's the outfit.
Tom, what's up, brother? No, Tom, we can still see you. We got the magnifying glass.
Look out for Moriarty, Tom.
He goes, get out of here. Tom, it's okay if you want to go warm up again.
He's like, yeah, of course it's okay if I want to go warm up again. I'll need your permission.
Taylon Green, read option, going to take it himself. That one did not develop.
Not a flag.
Nadeem Tucker to Max Llewellyn. It's kind of fun watching Jennings Dunker and Max Llewellyn go at it one-on-one. It's like they've seen that move a time or two before.
Here we go.
Tom, what you got for us down there?
How often when you're playing at Auburn do you have to gather around the heater?
Never. We had heated benches.
Yep. We don't got those here. What's the whole experience, though, this week been like for you?
It's been great. It's been a great opportunity, great experience to just talk to NFL coaches and being around a bunch of different players from different teams. So just getting a camaraderie and joining together and just playing as one is the biggest one.
So if you had one piece of advice, how much bigger does the heater need to get if we do this in this weather again?
Probably as long as the field.
Appreciate it.
Agreed. Kieran Crawford right there with Tom Pelissero.
Nice job, Tom. Mystery solved.
Yeah, somebody go put a temperature, a thermometer on that aluminum bench down there. No one, actually, there is someone sitting on the aluminum bench down on the left side. That is brave. Who is that? Who is that, DJ?
I'd have a towel down there.
Oh, Valari.
That's, Valari.
Syracuse kid.
Tough dude.
Swimming weather.
Remember the Q still plays in a dome. Problem is you got to get up and get to the dome.
Temperature's got to be a little bit less on that heater, otherwise there'd be more guys down on that side, right? It's only 3 guys
in the shade. You got the shade.
Oh,
That's
the shade.
Not helping you at all.
Guys, somewhere Bud Grant's looking down and going, "What is wrong with you people?" Remember, he wouldn't even let the team have heaters.
Well, he came out. And was it the playoff game when he came
in
out? Polo on. Was like, yep, I don't have
that Seattle playoff game.
He is a lot more man than I'll ever be.
Tell you what, though,
he was.
Jaden Ott continues to show up in this game. Made some nice sharp cuts right there before he was brought down by Betcher and Quinn.
Yeah, teams are going to be doing a lot of homework to figure out what happened.
What happened
at Oklahoma, because you go back, you mentioned it, CD, in 23 at Cal.
1,315 yards,
guys. A lot of buzz on him, and he's looked great out here today.
Rhett, who do you put the 274 on?
Arizona, 22 with Cal, and he's the leading rusher in the game today. Both teams. Kalon Black back in. And Black's got a nice block off the edge by Will Kazmarek.
Jeez. I'll tell you what, these wide receivers starting to block a little bit here, too. Oh, actually, that was the Ohio State tight end.
That was what I said, Kazmarek. Yeah.
Look, 87, Kazmarek. Keep an eye on him.
Right there off the wing.
You're looking for work? I got me one.
Well, his tight end,
finish it too.
His tight end coach Keenan Bailey at Ohio State said he was the best blocking tight end in the country. Probably a little biased, but certainly showcasing some of that talent right there.
The tight end on the other side over there at Ohio State's a really, really good player.
Max Clare. Transferred in from Purdue. Kalon Black again finds a seam, but Bryce Betcher brings him down. Those two hooked horns a couple of times in that Peach Bowl. Tom Pelissero with more on Kalon Black.
Kalon Black was winning that national championship game 12 days ago. I asked him this week, why'd you decide to show up? He said, I felt like my body felt great enough to come out here and compete, and I just feel like my love for the game was going to outshine everything, guys.
Love that. Joel Thomas, the running backs coach for the Saints, who's the head coach here, certainly said that was one of the things he was looking for. Love of the game from the players here at the Senior Bowl. American up 17-3. Final 4 minutes on the way. All right, back here at Mobile with our way to play moment. Charles?
Let's take a look at Kazmarek, the tight end from Ohio State, lined up on the wing. Now he's looking for someone, hunts him up, stays with him, and finishes off the play. Watch it again from the other angle. See him turn his head, find someone to block. And not only does he block him, he does it the right way. Hands inside, head up, puts him on the ground, finishes the play. Way to play, Will Kazmarek, Ohio State.
Just 15 catches this year for the Buckeyes, but you know, like Gusinski and for love of the game, they really pay him for his work behind the plate.
I want Gus.
Yeah.
Me and
it's gotta be Gus.
It's gotta be
I think
Gus.
that's what Kalon Black's saying about Will Kazmarek. If I'm going to be in a game, I need 87 with me.
You tell me how to manage this team, Billy?
Taylon Green. Gonna pull it. This time we'll play action. Throwing back again, back towards the middle of the field.
We got to know our strengths here. Let's tuck it and run, man. Looks like Terrell Pryor when he takes off with that long stride. Just go get some yards.
Now, we'll say, like, you know, he had one of the throws of the week, right? The highlight reel play to Malachi Fields. That was Taylon Green on the other end. Flick of the wrist, ball shot about 55 yards.
Both of his feet off the ground when he threw it.
And the issue for him coming in, consistency in throwing the football.
That's right.
That's going to be the biggest thing for him to answer, because he has the goods. You can see it. The whole package is there. Being able to put it together consistently would be a big key for him.
Going to let Kalon Black do the work on that one. And we're going to get a timeout.
I don't know.
Stoppage, rather.
Timeout defense, huh?
Yeah, it did look like they were going to.
Well, I'm not
Second,
a fan of that.
Stars timeout.
Oh, you take
National.
that over.
They're out of timeouts.
Oh, they're out of timeouts. You're a fan of that.
Yeah, they went from 3 to 0.
You're a fan of that one, aren't
That's an
you?
executive decision on that one. Coach, you're out of timeouts. I've only used one. Well, sorry.
Did you just Ferris Bueller and break into the school computer and change things for him? I thought we had 3 timeouts. No, we have 0.
I'll be honest with you, though.
Trying to get the ball
wants
back
more
for his
timeouts.
guys, man.
Give him more timeouts.
When he gets more opportunities for his guys. All right, Virginia Union running back Curtis Allen won the 2025 Harlan Hill Award as the most valuable Division II player in the nation. Watch Allen and other draft-eligible players from historically black colleges and universities at the 5th Annual All-State HBCU Legacy Bowl, Saturday, February 21st at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, exclusively on NFL Network and streaming on NFL Plus.
Harlan Hill, great football player for the Bears, but from down here in Alabama originally.
Taylon Green got some pressure off the edge. That was Nadine Tucker. Got a hand on that ball, and Vincent Anthony from Duke recovers his second recovery. Tucker's been in on a bunch of plays, and the pressure got to Green.
That's Bowery. The tackle again. He just got edged. Just too much speed coming off that right side. See him up at the top. Oh, just dipped and ripped right underneath him and shortened the corner. But again, that's a challenge. You know, Bowery, I think, has got a chance to have a shot and be a good player inside at guard, but the tackle position against speed like this has been a little bit of a chore.
See, Clint Hurt wants to work with you about calling a timeout. Worked out.
Got the ball back.
And in an all-star game, you don't always get to play to your strengths. You know, you have to balance it out. Who's going to play tackle for me? Who's going to play guard, etc.
Well, here's Cole Payton. We talked about the Harlan Hill winner. Cole Payton was the Walter Payton finalist.
Oh, boy.
The top player in FCS football.
Or 1AA, as it used to be called.
Sure. Was looking for Jordan Hudson down the field. Ephesians Prysock there in coverage. Payton, you want to talk about patience. Backed up Cam Miller for 4 years there in Fargo.
And did no transfer? What? No portal?
I mean, there was
more. What?
There was talk about him, you know, switching to H-back or tight end. Actually, had a couple of reps.
Too good an athlete. They did use him in a few other things, but give him credit for hanging in there. And then he gets hurt late in the season as well, right?
That's right. Have a thumb injury. Yeah, just barely got him, you know, ready to go for this game. There he goes. Got that one complete to Colin Lacey.
He's got some
Colin Lacey.
Got an edge.
And Lacey steps out of a tackle as he crosses midfield. Lacey, of course, who started his collegiate career here at South Alabama before finishing up at Louisville.
Step right through Sierra Wright's tackle, wasn't it?
And from right here in Mobile, Alabama.
Oh, whip route.
He was propelled as he made it back.
Look at Adam Randall. Do you see that effort down the field?
Things you're looking
through
for.
the screen.
You get that a lot, don't you, DJ, when you're scouting? How do people play the skill guys without the ball in their hands?
No question.
22-yard run right there, or catch and run for Colin Lacey.
See if this defensive line's got a pass rush in them here.
Benny got free. Oh, look at Cole Payton staying on his feet. And Cole Payton is down at about the 26-yard line after nearly getting brought down about 3 different times.
He started to collapse on him in the pocket. It almost looked like he was getting ready to get tackled, bracing for the tackle. And then he realized, wait, I'm still up.
Good.
Okay, all right, let's go. And Benny dove and missed. We still haven't got Montgomery going yet.
It's about time, but that was a good decision by Payton. I mean, that was wide open to Hudson, just could not reel it in. 2:26 is the clock at the moment, so approaching the 2-minute warning as the national team tries to get their first touchdown of the ballgame.
Looking to see who could be the closer on this defensive line right now as well. You got a couple good options out there. Zion Young up there at the top being one of them.
It's Tim Keenan from Alabama. Right in there on the interior. And Peyton's going to keep it. He's going to get chased.
That's a good job by Nigel Kelly.
Yeah.
From UCF. Didn't buy anything. Stayed outside. Kept good leverage. Peyton couldn't turn the corner on it.
There was no illusion for pass there either. You know, somebody's a quarterback. You pull it like you might throw it, but he tucked this thing like a running back immediately.
Cole Peyton, almost 2,000 career rushing yards.
And that's just as a one-year starter.
That's right.
I mean, as you pointed out, Rhett, all that patience and hanging around.
13 touchdowns on the ground for the Bison this year.
Yeah, 16 touchdown passes, 13 rushing touchdowns.
There's Peyton looking for McCulley, who digs one out. Tell you what, Donovan McCulley. Oh,
yeah, he caught it. He just did. He forgot it's new rules.
Right.
Get up and go.
Up and go.
The second time in this game, I've seen a guy catch the ball and everyone stops. Defensive back and receiver. Oh, you can still go.
2-minute warning.
Learning the NFL way.
I mean, the fact that McCulley even knows what he's doing right now, and not being around this team at all until yesterday, is pretty dang impressive. National team threatening with the final 2 minutes of the Senior Bowl coming up next.
The 2026 Panini Senior Bowl, where the draft begins. Shop football trading cards and collect your favorite player and teams.
(17-3) American team with the lead. National threatening in this, the 77th Panini Senior Bowl. But boy, I tell you what, the 76th Senior Bowl was one for the ages. You remember this, from Memphis Tiger Seth Hennigan to Jack Besh, wearing his brother Tiger's number 7 on his chest, who had just been killed in the terrorist attacks in New Orleans just a month prior. Jack Besh, a game winner, walk-off touchdown. The seal of victory there was just one of the most emotional and incredible moments we have seen in Senior Bowl history. Jack Besh, of course, goes on to be a second-round pick of the Las Vegas Raiders. Had some good moments there for the silver and black. And got a
nice ball.
Touchdown, close. Right at the goal line. Cole Peyton connecting with Jordan Hudson.
I think him coming back to the football.
Yeah, I think it. what you're taught to do. Yep.
If this isn't a quarterback run, I'll be shocked.
Be a great time for it. Down here at the 1. Cole Peyton. Nope, going to take it to the air. And looking for Tyron Montgomery. They were listening to you that part.
Yeah, we get him a fade ball here instead of a slam. But to me, you're this close. You got a quarterback that this athletic, this strong. Let him just force his way in.
Ephesians prize stock was a pretty good coverage there.
At the very least, you're doing zone read.
Yeah, give him some options here.
Well, and that was kind of a hurry situation there. So you wonder now that they're going to huddle up if you get your wish here, DJ.
Get 2 shots at it, guys.
1:34 to play. Clock's winding.
We got 2 backs. A little option here. Let's get a little option going.
I wish they just went robust T right there. That'd be
cool. Was a little
and
option.
It's Keyshawn Owens into the end zone for the first time for the national team. Paying off a really nice drive set up by Cole Peyton.
You have a little triple option there, CD.
How about that? Tell you, that triple option, there's still a place for it in the game. It'll mess you up in a big way on defense. Too many things you're having to go through. You end up thinking instead of reacting as a defender. Set you back on your heels.
Onside kick, guys?
Yeah, I don't think so.
No.
We do have a 2-point conversion.
Got 2. They didn't get 2 points here. They can't even declare for the onside kick according to the rules I read.
So 17-9 at the moment. Opportunity to make it 17-11.
Get him on the move.
We got 2 backs again.
Either the same thing or get him on the move. Get him out of the pocket.
Don't have a deep play sheet here, but here's Peyton. It was
Same
essentially
play,
triple
opposite
option.
side.
Yep.
Flip it. Just flipped it.
But that was well defended. Quintavious Hutchins has had a nice game. Let's go back to that touchdown and
so you see Proper read here. He reads it, gives it.
It's a good job by Heck, the center. See that? And then who's that at 50s? That's Lemieux from Dartmouth.
LB Lemieux.
Nice block. Wall people off.
So Jack Bash, we were showing that play, ended up being the MVP of the game, rightly so, and he had an excellent week here at Mobile. We've got the MVP from this game coming up here right at the conclusion. Tom Pelissero will introduce us to the game MVP and the offensive and defensive MVPs here shortly.
Nussmeier got out the gates hot. We've seen some running backs do a nice job here. A couple different running backs ran the ball well.
Kalon Black, Mike Washington started out the game really well.
Zion Young defensively, a nice job, played well.
We're gonna go victory formation.
Man, if I could get an address for a bouquet of flowers, I will gladly send it.
Joel Thomas has quickly become Daniel Jeremiah's favorite running backs coach in the league, head coach of the American team.
I'm a big Saints supporter now.
Well, there's a bunch of Saints coaches on that staff that did a really nice job in this game. Scott Tolzien, the offensive coordinator of the game, and Tyler Shucks, quarterbacks coach, as his day job. And then on the defensive side of the ball, Peter Sermon, also on the Saints staff. Did a terrific job as well. And so is our fantastic crew here and in Los Angeles throughout the practice week, just continuing to keep us rolling here. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays of practice were awesome. They do a great job back in Los Angeles, and our crew here on site in Mobile as well. We appreciate their fantastic work all week long.
Here, here.
Yeah, best team in the business.
No doubt, and that includes you two to my right. Appreciate that out of you guys. Tom Pelissero braving the cold for us down on the field today. Although he had a heater. We didn't have a heater.
Yeah, but he had all elements around him.
Oh, we got some Panini swag, it looks like, down on the field.
Cards, they should be.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tell you what, so the American team is going to be the winners of this game, 17-9, as this clock hits zeros. But man, there's a lot of guys who did some winning for their draft profiles this week.
Great week, great job by this entire staff putting this week together. Get a chance to see these guys really compete. Looking forward to seeing them at the Combine and at the Pro Days. And as we get to the draft, I cannot wait to see where these guys land and get a chance to continue their football future.
Pittsburgh, baby.
There we go.
See you at the draft. Of course, we got the Combine coming up next as the next mile marker here on the path to the draft. Until then, though, let's head down to Tom Pelissero on the field.
Joel, you came out, you got the victory. Mission accomplished. How'd it go?
I would say mission accomplished. I'm so proud of this entire team to be able to come and put this together in a week, and the style that I had envisioned walking into this, they came out and they executed it to a T. Pretty cool deal. And obviously the coaches, they were prepared, had the players ready to go, and these guys bought in from day one.
How relieved were you when you took the bucket and it was nice cold water inside?
Well, like, my body naturally went into shivers because I thought it was going to be water. And yes, I was extremely relieved. I won't have hypothermia or anything like that this evening.
Congrats, Joel. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Panini trading cards that were in the.
I'll tell you what.
Oh, that is awesome.
I think that's a great touch.
Until you get about 9 paper cuts, then you get a little nervous there. That's dangerous there.
Yeah, I think the hypothermia would have been a worse fate.
Yes, I'll take the paper cuts today.
No question. Well, the next coach that gets a Gatorade on top of him will be either Mike McDonald or Mike Vrabel in Super Bowl 60. Just over a week away.
Vrabel might grab the bucket and turn it on.
That's true. What an awesome event. Drew Fabianich did a terrific job. He and his staff, Jack Gilmore, Molly Middleton, the entire group of volunteers. There's a volunteer army that helped put this game on. That's just doing an incredible job. And how about the head coaches, Clint Hurt and Joel Thomas? Not only, do they get elevated into these positions, but they're trying to bring a whole staff together too.
They did a great job.
Yeah.
I think everybody did wonderfully, and to see them all get that opportunity to do things outside their normal roles and show people they're ready for maybe different challenges out there. I think that's a great addition to this game.
For sure. Well, and you got some homework to do now. After what we've seen in this game and really in this week of practices, go back and look a little bit more into Jaden Ott from Oklahoma and Cal.
He had a great week and really was able to cap it off in a big way with what he did today. I'll tell you what, I'm excited to see all these guys as well as some newbies I got to watch here as we go towards the combine.
And now, so we know the American team won. Let's see who wins the individual awards as we head back down to the field in Tom Pelisseri.
I'm here with the Senior Bowl Executive Director Drew Fabianchi as well as Jason Howarth from Panini to present the MVP trophy.
Garrett Nussmeier, congratulations on your MVP game for the Panini Senior Bowl. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Garrett, a unique experience for you. What does it mean to you to be holding that trophy?
No, it means a lot. You know, I hadn't played football in 3 months, and so getting to be out here again and just be out here with guys and get to play the game I love, it's an awesome feeling.
You got out to a really fast start. Take me through the touchdown run early in the game, and perhaps more importantly, the dance after as well.
Yeah, no, that's just the LSU coming out of me a little bit there. I had to do a dance with some of my boys the last time, and so, man, I'm just so blessed, so thankful to God to have this opportunity. Been through a lot in the last 6 months, and so God has got me through it, and so I wouldn't be here without him and my relationship with him. So blessed, so thankful.
There's so many guys who transfer schools once, twice, 3 times. You played 5 years at LSU.
Yeah.
You guys had some adversity personally, injury-wise, as well as a team this year.
Yeah.
To put your helmet on the last time and have it end like this, how does that feel?
It means the world to me. LSU will always be home for me. Always bleed purple and gold no matter what, and so always rooting for those guys, and hopefully, you know, I'll still always be able to come back home.
Congrats, Garrett.
Thank you. I appreciate it. God bless.
Guys.
All right, thanks very much, Tom. Congratulations to Garrett Nussmeier. A fantastic first quarter that really was all the American team needed. A couple of touchdown drives early. He put one in the paint himself and has some final memories from a collegiate career and was a terrific player who now continues on as a prospect as the path to the draft rolls on here from Mobile. We'll send it back to Los Angeles. And Mike Yam and David Carr, thanks for being with us here at the Panini Senior Bowl.